I think I am live. Hopefully, everyone can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Just want to make sure I've switched computers. So hopefully, I tested it earlier. Yeah, the little green thing is moving. So I think we are live. I think you can hear me, and hopefully everything is good. So let me know if you can hear me. You are live. Okay, great. I am so glad. Oh, we got two computers right now. I'm still trying to get everything going good here. So let's take a look here. All right. That was it there. Okay. I think we are live. We can hear you. You can see me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Johanna. Jojo. All right, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. Happy Thursday evening. Happy new moon in Leo. It's been going on for a while already, but welcome to the new moon in Leo. Hopefully you've been enjoying this energy. It's felt a little heavy the last couple of days, at least for myself. When I woke up in the morning, it just felt like the weight, it's like gravity felt like it was heavier the last 2 days. But just sitting in meditation and communicating with Creator and Spirit has allowed it to feel a little bit, a little bit better. Hey, Debbie, good to see you. Yeah, also for a reason, right? Oh, but you also for a reason. There's energy going on, I think, in the human collective. So let's bring in some love energy to start off, just to let that flood in, fill us up into our mind and our stories and to our heart, into our emotions, into our physical bodies, into our organs and our blood and our muscles and our joints, and our meridians and our energetic chakras and our auras, just everything. Let it fill us up and then flow out to the world. Let it do what it needs to do, what it wants to do out there. Of course, as I'm hitting it, we'll hit it 2 times. If you want to think of one thing that you're grateful for in the moment, just be sincerely grateful to the Creator, to the universe, whatever your higher power is. And that sincere gratitude immediately starts raising our love vibration. And it allows that beautiful, energy of unconditional love to come towards us. We become magnetized to receive more of what we're grateful for. And it puts us in that great energy to receive messages from Spirit too. So if you'd like to join me, I'm going to take a big deep breath. I'm going to take a big deep and then a breath again and slowly exhale out. Take as much time as you want with that, and then we'll use the singing bowl. So big deep breath in, number 1, number 2, and slow exhale. All right, beautiful. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Let's put her back on her throne. So hit the whole shelf. Watch it fall over. No. Just kidding. All right, everybody. So happy to see you. Hope, like I said, hope you're having a great week. And here it is Thursday already. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Wonderful energies are flowing. just a lot going on in the energetic world and astrology and all sorts of fun stuff. So grounding is very important right now during this time. And I got my little I'm often mistaken for an adult because of my age. Humor, laughter, higher vibration, joy, play, as much as we can to raise our love vibration. It's very important right now. So we definitely have a lot of fun stuff that's moving on around, right? So whatever we can do to, um, to focus on the higher vibration, the better it is for us, of course. Unless we want to experience lower vibration, we come here for that too. But if you're sick and tired of it, I know I was. So we like that. uh, Absolutely, yeah. You can definitely do that. Feel free. So we will get started. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. First of all, I've got a great group of friends, Zen friends with huge hearts, great senses of humor. Two things we can definitely use in this adventure we call humanity, right? So welcome. There's always room for more Zen friends. And welcome. If you want to know how the whole process works, it's all listed down in the description box of the video. And it talks all about donations and all of that. And basically, donations get first priority. I step out of there. We dive deeper into those too. And then we also, we dive deeper into those, pulling more cards, and they're prioritized. I'm way out of you could tell. I'm discombobulated. I got two computer screens. I'm getting back and I'm making I have a Mac and I have a PC, and they work completely different, and I forgot how to, work on that site. So you'll just have to bear with me. At least spirit is aligned, and that's good. Yes, Deb, hello, Zen friends. Good to see you. If you want to find out how everything works, you can check that down below. I do keep track of timestamps as we're going along, and then at the end, I do pin a comment listing all the order of the readings and the timestamps. So you can just click on that. It'll take you directly to your reading, and I do it as we go along here as well. So I think that's it. Like I said, I'm kind of like out of the my regular process. So it's been that late. I had to get a new phone. I had to get a new computer. All of this newness, so I'm not, I'm not sure how I'm dealing with it. All right. Yeah. And we're in the middle of Mercury retrograde in Leo too. Hey, yay. Yes, you can send it via CashApp. And if your question was, can you donate $18 to ask 6 questions? Absolutely. You can definitely do that. So we're good. We are good to go. So tonight, that's what the other thing I wanted to mention. So tonight, I have these Moonology message oracle. Let's see, there you go. So because of the new moon, for your first donation, you'll get a fortune cookie of one of these oracle, and then the ones after that, you'll get angel wisdom oracle. So these are the two that I'm using tonight. If you make a donation, you do get a fortune cookie, is what I call them, and that's what we're going to do. So boom, boom, boom. Yeah, and thanks for letting me know, Jojo, that I'm a little out of sorts with all that. Cool. Yeah, it just came through both my emails and on my phone. Boom! Got it all in stereo there, yay. All right, so let's sit on my shirt so it doesn't keep riding up. There we go. And we are going to use the Ocean Tarot deck again. I love this. I used a lot of it last weekend and All this emotional energy that's flowing, we'll use this. All right. So let us get started. So we've got JoJo. Let's see here. I have to remember to hit a different key on this keyboard. So there we go. Yay. It's working. All right, JoJo. So thank you for your dual donations. We'll start up here first with question number 1 with your upside down emoji. That's the way it feels, right? Woo, woo, woo. So you wanted to know here, yeah, I had a heavy start today, but then a wave of joy and gratitude was like whoosh. Where did that come from? I know, right? So why were you so affected by Ozzy's death? All right. Let's take a look here and see what was the impact here. What was why? Why? Let's see here. So we got this, and this, and this. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. Okay. And I do want that one. Okay. Nope, I want that too. Let's see what we have going on here. King of Quarrel. Yeah. King of Wands energy. Yeah, Ozzy was amazing. He cracked me up. I used to love watching him and all the Osbournes with the kids and Sherry Osbourne, right? That's his wife, Sherry. But hilarious, just their interactions and his personality. But this King of Wands is a big, yeah, Sharon. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. Again, forgetting, but yeah. Yeah, definitely all the energy that's going on in the world. If you're Aquarius, the other side of the zodiac is Leo. So when we go into Leo season, it pulls us away from being ourselves into our opposite. And so if you have Aquarius anywhere in your rising, your sun, or your moon, really anywhere in your chart, it's pulling you in that area, feeling discombobulated. Yeah, you're at home in Leo. You're like, oh, finally some Leo energy, right? So, and anyway, this King of Wands and all this Leo energy is also affecting you, right? Um, but the King of Wands does talk about ruling over your energy. And this feels like the underlying bit of this is you are amplified right now with all this Leo energy. So you are feeling, it's like your empathic abilities and all your spiritual gifts are on fire because it's like alignment. And all of a sudden, all of this energy is just flooding in, making you feel and experience everything in bigger ways. Let's see what else we have here. That's the underlying energy. You have the Two of Pentacles. You talked to a tree today. Oh, spirit guide, right? And the Two of Quarrel. So you got 2 and 2. The Two of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands energy. This power of choice brings us back to there might be some other stuff that, it took us into loss. It took you into focusing on what the stories are, below the surface with all of this. Because this power of choice, both in the physical world and your energy, is kind of, expanding here. And like you said, you talk to a tree. The Two of Pentacles would be this requesting balance in your physical realm, but also balance in your spiritual energy too. So it makes sense that there is a lot of flow of energy. This is like what 14, level 14 of the wand suit on the bottom of the deck, right? The king. So what else do we have here? You got the Three of Spears. That's heartbreak, heartache. That makes sense with what I was saying here a moment ago. 9 of Spears, 9 of Swords, fear, right? All these fear energy. And the Ace of Treasure, the Ace of Pentacles. So there is a little bit of, awareness around this that the loss of someone, that means someone important. It like triggered something, and I feel like along with some other things, um, maybe throughout Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there was some opportunity to experience a lot of lower vibrational energy around you. And I feel like it just culminated with this because there's all this expectations energy with the Nine of Swords and the Three of Swords, which represents expectations equal disappointment. So it feels like there was a lot of disappointment that came in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or just that kind of energy that was around you. But all of this is for you with the Ace of Pentacles. It just shows you, it's pointing you back to your worth. When we go to the outside world, disappointing, unstable, it points us back inward, to look at that. So I feel like that's a lot of why it was impacting you. It was just added on top, on top, on top, on top of one another. And then here's all this energy. So let's see if there's anything. These other three cards, I feel like were more about, wanting to know, is there a deeper connection than just a fan in this lifetime with them? You have the Queen of Coral. Yeah, so you got the King and Queen of Coral. I feel like there is some past life connections and experiences with each other. A lot of that energy of, um, um, sharing passion, energy with. Was he a Leo as well? I just felt like he was destined to be in front of people, and that's why his life unfolded the way it did. But I do feel like there is this energetic connection. He was a Sagittarius. Okay, so definitely some fire energy. You have the Knight of Pearl, which is the Knight of Cups. So there is emotional movement. Okay, and the Lover's card too. So they're definitely with this emotional energy. It's feels like that there has been some other past life romantic connection with them. I don't feel like they are a spirit guide as much as a part of your. It feels like your fairy, of course, your fairy godmother popped in. Your very large group of soul family that's in here. So I do feel like that's part of your soul group that you guys hang around each other in different lifetimes. But I do feel like there was at least one lifetime in the past where there was strong emotional connection. And so being that on the below surface, and with you feeling everything, I feel like you connected to some of that. Yeah. Yeah, that would be exactly why there. So definitely that energy. You're right again, right on the button with your, um, you know, uh, sense that you knew them from a past lifetime and that there's these different connections. I do feel like you have several, people who were in the public's eye, at least in this lifetime, that you have strong past connections with. And I feel like it's part of your intention to be more in front of people. That's why you chose your path and your astrology. But that's part of what you're wanting to do too. But you didn't want to be down there when they were all at their prime either. It's like, no, 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 you guys go. I'll follow up after you. So I like that. All right. So that is what they have for that one. Do you have your second question out here? If not, if you want to throw it out here, let me grab some of these other ones real quick here as well. Just let everyone know where we're at too. Whoops. See, I did it again. I'm hitting buttons that I don't. Okay. Looks like the screen froze for a second on my side. Hopefully, your side. Oh, okay. Am I back? Am I back? Am I back? Because mine froze for a moment. Okay. Okay. Weird. All right. Not sure why. Oops. I don't want to do that. All right. All right. Thanks for bearing with me, everybody. I'm just trying to learn this. Okay, there we go. I'm going to try not to hit that button again. That was weird. I know I'm like, woof, I got all hot. Shoosh. All right. It's all these computer monitors. All right. So, Johanna, anything comes out. Okay. And then we'll jump to Shanji, and then we'll jump to Yay. And then we have Shanji times 2 after that. So we'll circle back around for that. All right. Yeah, good old Mercury. All right, let's see what else they have here for you. Oh, before we do that, let's do your fortune cookie. Can't forget that. Let's do your moonology message. Can't forget that. Have to get into that practice here. All right, so for JoJo, right, here we go. So your moonology message is a patience. Yay. You got moon cycles. Beautiful card here. Let's see what patience says. These are not too long. Oh, this is moon cycles. Sorry, got to learn how they have this here. All right, come on. There it is. So it says, of course, the card urges you to trust in divine timing. In ancient times, women and men were more attuned to the fact that life goes in cycles, just like the moon. We know this because the first recorded lunar calendars date back at least as far as the Stone Age. It served these women and men to know which moon phase they were in, just as it serves you now to know which life phase you're in. As you go through whatever you're going through right now, as you experience whatever has prompted you to ask this question, as you impatiently wait, remember that life goes in cycles. And just as you can't hurry up the moon, you can't speed up the process you need to go through now. You need to feel all your feelings and learn all your soul lessons as you go through whatever you're encountering. Patience is called for, but you'll more than likely get to where you want to go. It's not so easy to wait, but sometimes instant gratification leads only to short-term gains. Wow. I know, I like this, right? Additional meanings: be persistent, this too shall pass. Just like the moon, we all go through phases. Slow down, and there's a natural cycle that needs to unfold. So I like that for you. Let's see. Put these over here. So that's for your first one. I'll put that back over there. Yeah, your strong suit. Like us all, right? All right. So that's for the first one. Now for your second one, whatever. Let's see what we got here. So we've got those and that one. That one's below that, and that one's below that. These two with just that one. All right, what do we have here? You have the page of pearls on the bottom, and the page of pearls here is an energy of course, page of cups, heightened emotions going to level 11 from 10 up here. So there is an emotional change, an emotional energy that's flowing your way. I know more than right now, right? You have, wow. So this one has the 2 of spears with the 9 of wands. So that makes sense with that. Your previous one was about perseverance, but there is some, all these 2s that you're getting, 2 of pentacles, 2 wands, now the 2 of swords, but it is this energy of being at a crossroads and the battle between your head and your heart, and to close your eyes. Because when you close your eyes and follow your heart, you go through a forest field, right? But if you are if you have your eyes open and you're going by your mind, that's where the block is at. So I like that this following your heart, and it'll lead you through blockades. So if you feel like stuck, close your eyes, open your heart, and you'll like sift through it. That's what I'm seeing in my head. If you are a Matrix fan, I think it was maybe it was the second one where they had those guys that were albino twins that had the white dread hair and the sunglasses and all that, and they would be able to go and they would turn like into energy, and then bullets and stuff would go through them, and then they would become solid again. That's what they're showing here. You close your eyes and become transparent. You can float through things, and when your eyes are open, that's when it's the block. You live the Matrix, so you probably know exactly what I'm talking about then. So I love that. What else? You got the 5 of treasure, the 5 of pentacles that's coming in here. So what's below this battle or transformation of black energy, right? You got the page of coral, the page of wands coming in, and below that, the page of treasure, the page of pentacles. So I like this because one of the things that keeps us from, moving forward, especially following our heart, is I can't bring in money or abundance when I follow my heart. That's why our mind is like, no, 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 you need to do this. It goes back to childhood, when we have childhood dreams that our adults and parents and people in our life are like, oh, no, 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 think of something more realistic. You're not going to be able to make money and survive off of that. You need to have that. Let that be a hobby. This is the opposite. This is saying follow your heart, and you'll be able to have this abundance come in. It'll take you to new levels. But of course, also the page of wands is about where we focus our energy is what grows and expands too. So I like this. Follow your heart. The dreams will unfold. You'll have enough. You always have enough. You've got the 3 of pearls, the 3 of cups, which is your spiritual posse. Here we have the moon card for today as well. All of this energy coming in. And underneath all of that, the Knight of treasure, the Knight of pentacles. So there is this pursuit of self-worth. And with the 3 of cups and the moon card, it is an energy of, like follow mi corazón. That's right. Follow your love. This is about connecting with spirit, with all this too. And that, when we define our worth inward and upward, then we know we have everything we need right here in this moment. There was this, what was it? They're trying to bring back to my memory here. I saw this meme that was about, we realize that we have everything we need right here in this moment when we remember who we really are. It had to do with death, which is, interesting with Ozzy. We realize that character Ozzy was here for a period of time. We all are here for just a moment. In fact, it was a card that I looked at earlier for myself, which was, I think it was from this deck, the moon deck here. And it was, when we face death and we ask ourselves, if I knew I only had a short period of time to live, what would I do with the day? And then they said, all of humans are like that. We're only here for a short period of time. So live the life that you wanted to come here to live, and don't get caught up in things that are just, in the grind, going in circles, right? So I feel like that's what they have for that. It feels like a message of following your dreams, trust that you're going to have everything you need. But like Ozzy, it's a good reminder. He had a wonderful, I heard anyway, he had an amazing concert like a week before. And so he, up to almost the last minute, he lived his dream. He raised a ton amount of money for, I don't even know what he raised it for, but it was for charity. And so he lived his dream, and that's what it's about, is living it, not just existing it, right? So let's see here. What's your angel wisdom card for this one? Let's see what else they have here for you. You got commitment, yeah, which says, my thoughts, actions, words, and deeds support my commitment. The angels ask you to evaluate your commitment to others carefully as you enter this new phase. Here's a new phase of your moon, right? Get rid of anything that weighs down your spirit. This could mean leaving draining jobs, commitments, or habits behind. Ooh, I like that. I know, right? That's the way to go. The pyrotechnics blow up and you're gone. Poof. But his spirit, of course, his real self moves on. So I love that for you, Jojo. Great. I'm glad that's affirmation for you, as per usual. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. Thank you again for your multiple donations. Oh, I'd even give your second one a like here. Oh my gosh. How could I not have done that? Come on. There we go. Get that love and a like there. All righty. And let me just see here. Whoops, wrong. I'm gonna get used to that. There we go. All right, and then yay, make sure to start putting your questions down, because after Sean G, we'll jump to you. So Sean G, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. Hit the right buttons. There we go. I have to like really focus on what I'm doing now. All right. So, Shanji, thank you for your donation via CashApp. And for this one, this is a general for the weekend. All right. Let's see what we have here. So, what does Spirit want you to know about the weekend? Okay. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Say they do want these two. Okay, leading down to that one. Let's see what we have here. All right. Thank you. Yay. Boom, boom. Here they come. Thank you so much. So, Sean, you got the world card coming in here, which is, it's of course, a celebration, victory kind of energy. It's like reaching a phase and going to another, new beginning, into a new adventure. So it's a completion of a cycle and the beginning of something new. So it does feel like, and it makes sense with all this Leo new moon energy, it is about new sparks, new things that are flowing in. So I like this for you. Let's see if what they'll tell us more about here. Yeah, Queen of Coral, Queen of Wands energy, King of Treasure, King of Pentacles energy. We've got the Temperance card coming in here. And then also the Hierophant. So these all four came out together here. And this is an energy of seeing things from a higher perspective, joining in with your energy and your focus that allows, with this King of Treasure, the King of Pentacles, that allows like abundance, true feeling of abundance to come your way. And the Temperance card is about alchemy. It's about slowness and things moving forward as it's, unfolding. So it feels like this weekend, it's almost like as if your definition of abundance goes through a little bit of a transformation where you're realizing how much I do have in this moment, right? I mean, when you look at, and it feels like death does this for us, right? Where we get this shake up and we realize, what am I living for? And what do I have right now? Because it is this, it's like when we see mortality in the world, reminds us we're mortal, this human character is anyway. We're only going to be here for a little while. So instead of trying to become something, it's enjoy what we have now and then just follow our hearts, right? And I kind of feel like this is this little transformational nudginess with all this Leo new moon energy for you too, because it's a new beginning coming out of like in shadow and this as if this is like the fruition of a full moon to a new moon energy. See what else they have here. You have the Five of Spears, the battle between head and heart, and the Knight of Pearls, the movement of heart, the quest for the chalice, the Holy Grail, the quest for our heart. And it just feels like this energy, this change of, it's like your drive changes from achieving to expressing, living. And it's not something that's new to your mind. I feel like it's something's like dropping into your heart. And this is what changes this weekend. It's just like this, wow, what is life about kind of energy. Wow. Yeah. Ace of Coral. So Ace of Wands, new passion, new ignition. It's like a new breath of life. It feels comes in this weekend. That's all. Wow. I love this for you. And it feels like it's not even, it doesn't feel like it specifically like with romance or business, or it just feels like life, all of it together. It's not like one specific area. It's just like this ta-da kind of awareness that drops from knowing it to knowing it. And you know what that means. So let's see what your fortune cookie brings in for this one. But I love that. All right. What else? So you get a moonology for this one. And you've got the Out of Bounds Moon and Boundaries. So let's see what this one is here. There it is. Zoop, zoop, zoop. So it's time to take a full and honest inventory of your behavior in the. Have you been going too far? Have you been acting out? Have you been allowing your emotions to get the better of you? If you know that you've been misbehaving emotionally, it's time to rein things in, draw up some boundaries. As much as you might want to get your own way in the current situation, you also need to take other people into consideration. If someone has been overstepping the boundaries with you, it's time for you to let them know gently but firmly. There is magic in the air when this card appears, but you mustn't let emotions overwhelm you. You could be about to receive what feels like a miracle, but you need to behave in a way that is supportive of everybody involved. Spending time alone in meditation now will really help you understand what your best move is next. When emotions spiral, you can often chase away the very thing you want to attract. Other meanings for this card: you're a unique and magical being. We knew that. Emotions are running too high. Avoid overreacting. Draw a line under the past and use your intuition more. So it can mean any of those. So I like that for you because you have been putting up boundaries lately. So there's some good affirmation around that for you, but maybe there's some other emotional things going on too, where you can be like, and here, and here, and here, right? But also don't put too many boundaries around too many things, because like it says, you can boundary out your own heart and your emotions and your dream from coming in too. So balance in all things, right? Even in balance. All right. So that is what they have for you, my dear, for those, and then we'll circle back around. So thank you, Ye. We have year 6, and then we'll come back for Sean G for year 2 via Cash App. June, we'll circle back around. Not circle back around, but we'll go to your, and then Deb. So thank you, Deb, just for a moon oracle. All right, perfect. Yeah, these are so good, aren't they? All right. So let me see here. Yay, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. These will be, whoops, let me do this right. Put this times 6. Whoops. All right, I'm learning how to type again, evidently. All right, so let's do that. All right, there we go. So yay! Can I do that? I can do that here. I didn't even practice. So thank you so much for your donation via CashApp. And we will dive in here. So let's take a look. So let me just highlight these as we're going along so I can make sure I stay on track. Let me take a quick sip too. All right. Thank you. You're so funny. All right. So you want to know, may you know, what was Mr. Goldberg's energy when he found out the EEOC issued you the right to sue your employee? Whoa! All right. All right. So what was Mr. Goldberg's energy? Let's see here. When he found out. All right. Got those two. Don't feel like we want, we do want that one. Yep, actually they do want all 3 of these, but this one's underneath that. All right, so what we got here. Interesting energies. We got the King of Wands, King of Coral. And this is it's like almost like Emperor energy, but it's I've got decisions to make. And it's like they're trying to decide what to do with this information. Like when they found out, they were like, all right, I've got to make some decisions. That's the kind of energy that comes with the King of Wands. I've got to make decisions. Let's see what else came in here. We got the 4 of Treasure, the 4 of Pentacles, along with the High Priestess, and the Queen of Coral. Wow, the Queen of Coral and the High Priestess energy is a lot of intuition. I feel like they go a lot off of their gut, and the High Priestess is also, I need to find out the answer to some questions, because the High Priestess is the revealer of the hidden and unknown. But I feel like they're trusting their gut and their instinct. But the 4 of Pentacles is about a solid foundation, or a balanced energy in the outside world. So it does feel like there's a bit of, all right, I've got to watch out for me and my not really abundance, but my security is a good word for that. Okay, I need to make sure I'm secure, but I need to find out some more things, and I have my gut instinct, but I need to find out some stuff, right? This poor girl, right? So he's like, I need to understand what's going on here. And so let's see what else unfolded here. Yeah, the Ace of Wands and the 5 of Spears. So it did spark within them. Again, all this Wands energy on the bottom, it makes sense. But this is the battle between their head and their heart. Their heart is one way. Like maybe their heart is like, this poor girl, right? And this, I feel bad for this situation. But then their mind's like, yeah, but we got to blah, 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 blah. So it's this struggle between that. But definitely something was sparked here with this Ace of Wands. Like, I feel like they do have a natural protector kind of energy that kind of kicked in, kind of like I don't want to say like a father, but more like a big brother, maybe energy of, they don't like people being taken advantage of. When they heard something, they're like, what is going on here? Grandpa energy. I don't feel like they think of themselves as a grandpa, though. That's why they would say, well, I don't want to be daddy, but I don't want to but maybe big brother. You're just like, maybe older big brother. That's too funny. He's in his 60s. Hey now, I'm 58, so don't be going that direction. I'm close to my 60s here in a couple years, so all right, let's see what else came in here. We have the Seven of Coral, Seven of Wands energy with the Tower. Yeah. So I do feel like there's a bit of, and we'll see what the underlying energy is too. Excuse me. Okay. All right. You made up for it. But there is this, the Seven of Wands is about standing up, shining bright, being yourself, not asking permission to shine. And this Tower card, there's like, let's see what's under here too. Yeah, the Nine of Coral, the Nine of Wands, perseverance. And you crack me up. I love that. Excuse me. But I feel like there's this energy of they're like, good for you, you know. They're like, nothing's going to hold you back. You've got perseverance. They believe in you. It's like they have that energy of you're a spitfire. You're going to stand up for yourself. Um, and they believe, I feel like, as we get older in life, we understand things happen on purpose for a purpose. And I feel like they have that attitude that they're like, you're gonna survive. You're not even gonna just survive through it. You're gonna thrive through whatever you're going to experience in life. And they're not. Um, they don't feel like anyone could ever take advantage of you. And I like this, that they're supporting you, standing up for yourself with that Seven of Wands energy too, is like, yeah, you deserve to be true to yourself. And you don't, I like all that energy that comes in. So hopefully that makes sense. Moonology card here for your fortune cookie for this one. And then for all the other ones, you'll get the angel wisdom for those. So let's see what we got here. Come on. There we go. So let's see what your moonology says here. All right. Let's see what we got here. I feel like this is your one here. Whoops. All right. Wow. Yeah. Timing, right? The moon's moment. Synchronicity. What a great card. Let's see what this is here. Let's see. There it is. So something is flowing in the right direction for you when this card comes up. Everything is either already falling into place or will do so very soon. I like that. That's supporting what we were talking about. Even if you fervently believe that you create your own reality, as I do, the author does, there are times when events have an almost destined feel, and this is one of those times. You could perhaps attribute it to life unfolding and revealing the lessons our souls need to learn in this lifetime. There is synchronicity at work. You're exactly where you're meant to be, learning the lessons you need to learn. Everything is lining up as it needs to, so trust the process as much as you can and stay optimistic for your desired outcome. Whatever the situation you're asking about, know that it's not a random development in your life, but a step along your path and meant to teach you. Ooh. So the sooner you pay attention to the lessons, the sooner you'll be able to navigate your way to where you want to go. Other meanings for the card are divine timing is unfolding, or events now have a purpose. I guess it's and or you're in the right place at the right time. Everything happens for a reason, or there is a reason why everything is happening. So I like that card here. The moon knows exactly where she should be at any one time, and so do you. I know, tears of joy. So definitely look at what are the lessons that you're wanting to learn. why did you want all this to happen for you right now? That'll help you, kind of see all that too. So I like that. All right, so that is for number 1. Let me just jot these down here. All right. Excuse me. So let's see. Oh, here they are. Right, went right by him. All right. Number 2. Will Mr. Goldberg want to serve your employer in the month of August? Okay, let's take a look here. So based on current energy, since we're looking at the future, will Mr. Goldberg want to serve your employer in the month of August? All right. Okay. We do have the Hermit energy on the bottom. Hermit energy, it does feel a bit like a desire to back off. But the cards came out as 3-1-2. I feel like things are going to be out of order. Like the kind of energy is like, well, I kind of instinctually want to back off, but I can't do it like in the month of August. Like I need to start looking at different alternatives. That's why it doesn't go 3-2-1. It's 3-1-2, or it's not 3-2-1-1-2-3. It's like the process is a bit wonky on how they feel like they have to go about it. But that's why I feel like that previous reading where they're struggling between their head and their heart is like, no, but their thought, yeah, exactly, mixed thoughts and emotions are like, I don't know if I want to do business with someone like this. But their mind is, I also have to watch out for my security, but also I don't want to just leave them high and dry. Maybe there's a process of backing away, because I don't want to be known for someone that just drops service to someone without in leaving him in a lurch, that it's like giving them time to find someone else. This is all, it's going inside their head versus their heart. So there's this push and pull going on. Let's see what this is here. The 3 card is the full card. Yeah, new adventure. 0 card. We got the world card, the last card in the major arcana, the first card of the major arcana, and the hanged man. Yeah, the pause, the transformational energy of the hanged man, like the cocoon. 3 major arcana. So this would be kind of a significant change for them to do this. But I don't feel like you're the first like nudge that they've had of like, ooh, I don't know. This isn't the first thing that the company has done that they've found out about or heard about. And they're like, is this something that I still need to be involved with, right? But it is the proper ending and beginning, not just like we didn't get the tower. They got the tower in the other one, right? In their previous reading, where it was like they wish they could just go, be gone. But there is a proper way in thinking about it and not react, but let's respond. Let's find out our information. Let's, do kind of energy. That's all. Just 2 other. Oh, that's nothing. Another one, the strength card, the courage, the energy to actually do it and make the change, that comes in here too. So 5 major arcana with a hermit on the bottom. This would be a significant move for them. So they don't want to just make it, willy-nilly. They want to, of course, take their time with it. We got the Queen of Pearls, Queen of Cups. Again, this is like that High Priestess and the High Priestess and what else do you? Oh, the Queen of Wands that you got. So Queen of Pearls, Queen of Cups, very empathic as well, and the 6 of Treasure. Yeah, we got the 6 of Pentacles, the equal giving and receiving, and the abundance. So again, it's kind of like that torn between their heart and torn between their livelihood as well, right? So there's kind of like a balance that's going on here. So I feel like for August, we do have the strength card number 8, I feel like, they're going to make a decision in August, but I feel like in August they still will serve the employer for now, either because it's contractual or, they've got to look at replacement of income or, and that type of thing. So I feel like that's where they're at right now, based on current energy. Let's see what the fortune cookie is around the angel's wisdom here. And we've got letting go. Yeah. So I feel like they are heading towards that, right? I let go of what no longer serves me to make space for new beginnings. You need to let go to make room for new things in your life, or you must let go to give someone else the space they need to grow. Let go because holding on is too painful. The angels remind you letting go is not always easy, but it's always worth it. So, how perfect with what we just read. It's like they are wanting to let go, but they're, working out the process. HR director who retaliated against your HR complaint. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. The company I worked for that I got up into management in, HR was like, was a big, they were like all of us managers were almost HR experts with all the stuff we went through with HR to make sure of things. So that's retaliation. Oh, my God. From HR. All right. brudda-zen. All right. So number 3 is, what will Alberto's energy be once the company is served by Mr. Goldberg? All right, let's take a look here. Oh, he'd normally evaluate new clients and embrace change. Yeah. So let's see here. So what will be Alberto's energy once the company is served by Mr. Goldberg? All right, let's take a look here. Oh, well, card just came flying out on its own there. Didn't even see it come out. It just materialized. Let's see here. What's going on with Alberto? Okay, I feel like those are it here. Wow. I shuffled. We had the Hermit card come out again for Alberto. So there is this kind of pulling back energy with them. Theirs, of course, feels a little different, but we've got the first card, another 2 major arcana so far. We got the star card coming in here, which is about what's my dream come true, trying to balance out things. This one feels more about self-preservation than Mr. Goldberg. Like Alberto's very much about uh, yeah, yeah. But also when it comes down to someone going through things, when our inner child feels unsafe or out of control, we go into fight or flight mode, right? We go into self-preservation. So a lot of time when we hear stuff in the beginning, especially the first reaction out of fear is, how am I going to survive? I need to survive. Not, oh, what's going on with them? It's like, how is this impacting me? And then after we calm down, then we start to go, oh, that's right. There's other people in the world. What's going on with them? How's it impacting them? You know, and then we freak out again and go back here, right? But let's see what else is coming in here for them here. Yeah, the Chariot, another major arcana. This is the power of choice card, trying to figure out again, higher in the split between higher decisions from a higher vibration of unconditional love and higher or lower vibration out of fear. So as we were saying, there is this energy of stepping back and needing to decide, what does this all mean, and what am I going to do, and how is this going to impact me and my life, kind of energy. And the Emperor, oh my God, this is crazy. This many huge major arcana coming out for each of these two in these two readings. But it is life changing, and I feel like they're like both of them are like, wow, if I respond to this, this might impact me in huge ways, versus because the Emperor card is an energy of I've got to make decisions. What do I want in life? Not what everyone else is trying to tell me, but what decisions do I want to make? That's what all this is coming in here. What is my dream, and what do I want to do with all this, right? We also have the Ace of Spears. So Ace of Swords, wanting to see things from a higher perspective, wanting to see clarity as well. The Seven of Coral. Here's that energy, which is about being true to one's authentic self. And the Coral, the Ten of Wands. The burden and the end of burden, and wanting to take action and understand things. Alberto, when I'm sitting in their energy, they feel like kind of a bit extreme, a bit energy everywhere. And that burdened energy is this feeling of, I want to be myself, and they feel very restricted. It's almost like if you're in like a little submarine and you go way, way down and you feel the pressure of the ocean. This is how I feel with them, is that they feel like life and opinion and fears and livelihood and everything. It just feels like it's keeping him. He's Italian. He's extra with their energy. He's got, a lot of energy, but it's a lot of pressure of trying to please a lot of people. But there's also this great desire bubbling within them to be free and to be true to themselves with all of this. So again, a lot of conflicted energy that comes in here. People sometimes think I'm Italian as much as I talk with my hands. They go, "Are you Italian?" And I'm like, "Well, I did date an Italian for a while." Anyway. Right. Well, let's see what other energy comes in here with Angel Wisdom Oracle here. Yeah. What the to do? Let's see, what else do we have here? One of my bosses once I was a manager and or a supervisor, and my boss, we were at a huge table. She was the very end of it, and I was at this very end, and there was like maybe 6, 7 people on the sides, and I'm talking, and she goes, "Hold on a sec." She goes, "Sit on your hands." And I was like, "Why?" She goes, "I'm going to see if you can talk while you sit on your hands." And I was like, "Oh." All right, what else? We have Serenity. Yeah. So he does, kind of want to search for serenity and peace. Everything in and around me is in perfect harmony. I feel like this is what they want. They want everyone to get along and have this perfect harmony. It says, "You're moving into a time of greater inner peace and tranquility. The angels reassure you that peace of mind is within you. You can feel serene even in the midst of great turmoil." And this is where they're feeling. I feel like they always feel like they're in the midst of great turmoil, and they're wanting to get this silence. They're trying to figure out something to do where they could feel more at peace in their life as well. Yeah. Which makes sense with as much pressure and fear as he has. It's like if I get thrown outside the submarine, I'll die. So it's like they're wanting to get out of what they're doing in life, because I feel like they're very stressed and very overwhelmed. This feeling of the Ten of Wands, right? So that makes sense where they're coming from there. But I do feel like they're all over the place when we're wondering, if, with the stuff that's coming in, it just feels like they're like, this is too much, kind of energy. All right. And then number 4 is, what is Zashan's energy now that he realizes You're not the one to play with. Was this the manager? All right, let's take a look here. Oh, VP, yeah, he's like, "Ugh, it's got to be another company to work for that's not this stressful." All right, let's see here. What is going on with this Zishan? Got all these cards here. Let's see here. It's like all the cards are being played. All the cards came out face up, which that's the whole thing of usually the cards, most of them, because I'm shuffling the deck face down, they all come out face down. Everything came out face up. It's like all the cards are being revealed. There's nothing hidden. They feel exposed. All the cards have been played, kind of energy. It's like below the deck, we have the Nine of Treasure, the Nine of Pentacles, which is an energy like the Hermit for me, because the 9 is the Hermit's number, and the Pentacles is the outside world. It's feeling like the underlying energy is like I want to run away and hide kind of energy. Let's see what else we have here. So these 4 cards came out together. We've got the Magician. We got the 4 of Spears, the 4 of Wands. Yeah, right. The Wheel of Fortune. And the 4 of Coral, which the 4 of Spears is peace of mind. The 4 of Wands is it's joy, celebration, stability, the Wheel of Fortune. In all of this, they feel, because this is one side, right? And then we have 5 cards over here. But it's like there's this, almost like this of everything's going to be fine. I've got peace of mind. I've got, I've got joy. I've got stability. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to work out in my favor. This is the way they feel here with this energy. That's on one side. I almost feel like that's how they are showing their hand. Like they're showing me, I don't know if you play poker, but they're telling me here, it's like sometimes when people bluff and they have certain cards down and they lose a hand, they'll throw out the 2 aces or the thing that shows the best part of their hand. Oh, this is why I made that decision, because of this. But yeah, you won. Well, what about the other cards? No, they don't have to show them, and they don't. No, I feel like this is how he's portraying how, oh, everything's gonna be fine, blah 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 blah. It's like what he shows everyone else, but these are the because they're turning them back over. These are the cards that aren't being shown, and this is what's really going on and how they're feeling here. Yeah, they do feel here with the World card. Is this it's not the victory energy. I feel it's like the fear of an ending and a new beginning. Like they're fearing like they might end up being terminated. And there's that fear that's here. Have the 8 of Coral, the 8 of Wands. They feel like it's going to come out of nowhere. It's very fast moving energy. And we have the Strength card. More the lack of courage and the fear of this that's coming in, because it's in these 8s. It feels like August. They fear like what's coming in August. Something that's coming in August. They're like, I don't know what August, whatever this August is. And we've got the King of Treasure, the King of Pentacles. And this has to do with their abundance, not only their self-worth, but their livelihood. And the Knight of Spears is clarity here as well. And like you said, they're realizing and they're doing a lot of questing to see things differently and to understand what did I do? What was wrong? What is this bad? And this is the kind of the energy I'm getting a little bit too, is that they're like, how is this even bad? It's like they didn't even, it's like they realized it's not the best way to treat people, but I feel like this has been something they grew up with, something that they didn't see as being so wrong because that's all they've known growing up, kind of energy. Like they're kind of having these epiphanies around what's happening, going, what do you mean? What, huh? And then they're really starting to see things differently. Um, and that's the whole thing with humanity, right? We don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are, and everything that we grew up with, right? Yeah, that's a good way to say it. It's one of the first times he's being held accountable, and that's why he plays his hand going, everything's going to be fine. I maybe like he's always gotten away with it before, is like, this isn't wrong. But now it's like, what? Wait a minute, it is? So interesting. And this is growth for them too, you can imagine seeing them as in a past lifetime they were someone that was, mistreated, and now in this lifetime they wanted to see what it was from the other side to understand, because they couldn't understand why anybody would treat anyone that way. So in this lifetime they want to understand, what does it feel like? And you know that's when we have people who are discriminatory and that are don't like, they hate certain people of certain nationalities and different people, that come in. It's because they grew up that way. They don't just, we're not born that way, we're trained that way through experience and through repetition and through other people growing up. When we realize that, then we can understand, instead of we're taught to judge discriminatory people harshly. Well, that's ours to do with. That's our mirror, right? So, something to think about. Um, yeah, and this is their energy. Relax, just relax. Everything's going to be okay. I feel like this is what they're telling themselves. All worries and anxieties are leaving my mind, making space for calmness and peace. The angels want you to know that feeling at peace internally can boost overall contentment and feelings of happiness, regardless of the challenges you face. A relaxed and calm outlook can help you navigate life's often turbulent waters more smoothly. So I feel like that is kind of what they're trying to do, is I'm just trying to relax. Everything's going to be fine. They keep on having to return to that, and do that. So interesting. Yeah. And it could be that that's the way he was raised, to treat, women a certain way, because it's always, that's what he saw growing up, and that's what was allowed, and all the women that were around that allowed it, he just thought that's what, it's okay. Why is this not? And it's cultural, it's familial, it's their own personal experiences. That's what it's all about for all of us, right? Interesting. All right, so that's number 4. Let's go into number 5. May you know the energy surrounding Collins Aerospace reviewing your interview video. Gosh, can I talk? Let's see here. So what's based on current energies surrounding Collins Aerospace reviewing your video? All right, we've got this. We've got this. We've got this one. Do have this one. And do we want that? Nope, we don't want those. We just want these. All right. So, bottom of the deck, we do have the Page of Spears, the Page of Swords, which is new communication, higher communication. That's coming in here. Let's see what else we have with these other cards. We do have the Three of Cups. The Three of Pearls is what they call it here. which is a joy, a celebration type of energy. It's of course, a beneficial card. What else do we have? We have the King of Quarrel, King of Wands. So I do feel like has been reviewed. Is that, you don't know? You kept mixing up your words. Uh-oh. um, but I feel like that is being reviewed here, and maybe by a team with this Three of Cups. Let's see what else we have here. The Six of Quarrel, Six of Wands. This is a victory card, a movement card. I feel like things are moving along. It does feel as if it's gone to it got beyond the initial review process, and it got moved into the next, where someone else or a group of people are looking at it. That's coming in here. And the Eight of Pearls, the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is a flow of emotion, a lot of low energy that's here, coming in here. This Eight of Cups is about leaving behind old emotions that don't serve anymore, because this is your dream. This is more your dream job. This is more a flow of where your heart wants to take you. And I feel like where it's at right now is it is sitting in front of, waiting to be seen by a group of individuals. I feel like they watch them together, either two or three people, and then they decide, boom, 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 boom. They have initial group, not a group of people watching me stutter in your video. I know, right? They're just like, they get past the first phase, making sure, meeting criteria, this and that. They just kind of watch the video real quick, then they bring it up to a committee, to the ones, and then they're are the ones that are able to either, it may not be done in front of everyone, like maybe two people have to watch them, kind of like when they have two people interview someone, but it's to just get two takes on it, to make sure that everything's up and up. I feel they're a more standardized company where they more make sure everything is done up and up with it all. So far, I feel like that's where it at. I don't have a yay or a nay energy. Let's see what the fortune cookie brings in for that one here, though. Okay. Yeah. Slow down. Oh, that makes sense. With this energy, I'm going back to an energy of you are, focus on what you were wanting to learn in this position, because as soon as you learn it, then you're able to move into something that's more in alignment with your heart, right? Your dream. That was something like one of your cards said here. And so it's important to go, all right, so what do I look at inside of me? What did I want to learn with the current job that I'm in, so that you can, release yourself in that way? Because otherwise you'll experience the same. Wherever you go, there you are, right? So if I'm not learning what I want to learn, I'll learn it in the next one and the next one and the next one, till I've learned what I've wanted to learn. Because all of these wonderful human characters that we think are villains sometimes are actually, higher. Of course, every character is a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love, right? That are bringing this stuff, reflecting this for us. It's like I look at all my exes as people, as my teachers who were showing me what I did want to see about myself until I saw it, right? So you got Slow Down, which says, I'm taking the time to simply be. The angels would like to introduce you to the art of being. There are many things we can rediscover by slowing down and not always rushing to get things done or get to the next thing, right? Walk slowly, pay attention to every step, leave time for conversation, eat slowly, be deliberately aware of your actions. So it's coming back to, yourself, right? And then you can move on to the next once we've done what we needed to, right? So I like that for you. And then lastly, but not leastly, we have number 6 here for you, general future love. All right, let's take a look here. Right. Ready to jump the gun. Let's go. But it's like, if we're running from something, it's like it's going to follow us, right? The monkey on our shoulder is always there until we transform it, right? All right, so messages about love for the future based on current energies. Let's see what we got here. We got these two and this one. Don't want any of those. I do want this one here. And one underneath, and here we go. All right, let's see what we have happening here. There is a progression. You got 1 card, then 2 cards, and then 3 cards. Let me take a quick sip here. Got the 2 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, which does show like 2 choices regarding love coming forward in the outside world in the future. Let's see what this is moving towards here. You've got the 5 of Coral, the 5 of Wands. And this is an energy of conflict between head and heart. And that always makes sense whenever I get like a choice of 2, and then our head and our heart. It's like it's saying that one person matches up to our brain going, this is who I think I should be with, what they should look like, what they should do, how it's supposed to progress, blah, all these expectations, right? Our brain is conditioned. This is who I should. And then the other one is our heart that says, oh my gosh, who's that, right? So there's these 2 choices coming up. One's going to look really good on paper. The other one's going to go, wow, right? You're going to like do knuckleheads. Everyone is a mirror. Remember that. Yeah, knucklehead. I say that with love. And then you have the 8 of Coral, the 8 of Wands, along with the Knight of Coral, the Knight of Wands. So this isn't too far in the future that this is headed your way, because both of these cards are about fast-moving energy. Also a lot of passion, a lot of energetic draw. So I do feel like you are attracted to both of the individuals too. So they're like hot knuckleheads from your viewpoint. You're like, ooh, attractive. The mind's like, yeah, and this one, da-da-da-da. And your heart is like, yeah, and this one, blah, 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 blah. One of your heart needs, one of your mental mind checklist, right? So there's this progression. I feel like it's happening fast here, again, with all that energy. You have the Wheel of Fortune, the Fate's Wheel. What's this other one here? We have the 4 of Spears, the 4 of Swords. That comes in. I do see here, I mean, the Fate's Wheel is telling me that one of them is like a faded, as I call them, stepping stones. That is what you get to decide, right? Because one of these is a fated stepping stone that you'll experience to go beyond, because they're going to teach you about expectations. Because our mind is the one that goes, this is who they should be in their relationship, how the relationship is supposed to start, what the relationship is supposed to bring me, how it's supposed to progress, what it's supposed to end up like, what it's supposed to bring me, and who I'm supposed to be in the relationship. It's like exhausting, right? And when we're taught to focus on all those, that sucks the life out of relationships. That's why relationships are so hard for humans to, because we have so many, right? Hey now, don't make this personal. You're so funny. Them is fighting words. No, it is true though. I do have more experience, maybe. I had 5 longish term relationships, a 3-year, a 1-year, a 3-year, a 1-year, single for 3 years, a 1-year, and then that's been it. But it is, I feel like there is this faded. What's the below the deck here? You got the judgment card, yeah. So it does allow you to see things from a different perspective here as well. So there's no wrong choice. I feel like both of these that come up are stepping stones. I don't feel like these are fated to be with someone. Like you have a choice of stepping stones, but it's like a pathway. Let's see, it goes like this, and then you can go like this, but it's going to bring you back to. But you're going to learn either way through either situation, whichever one you choose. So there's no wrong choice with this, but they're faded stepping stones, but they're not your long-term forevernesses that come in there. But it teaches you what you want to know through all that, because you can either do like I did, where you kind of experience the same type of individual teaching me about my self-worth until I saw it in different ways. Like for me, my big challenge was, let's see what they say, what are you looking for in a partner? And I was like, oh, I want someone who respects me, because I felt disrespected by either being cheated on or feel like I was being fit in between the important things, or what was the other one that I learned? Feeling like I was being used for like money and abundance, and I realized through all that, because when you discover what you're looking for in a mate, you are you're lacking it in yourself. That's what we're looking for it outside of us. So I didn't have self-respect because I kept giving up my life for everyone else. And of course, I was reading a book when they asked me that, what are you looking for in a mate? And when I answered that, they said, well, basically, you're not respecting yourself. I threw the book across the room, calmed down, went and picked it back up and said, okay, you're right. Because I asked myself, how do I don't respect myself? And it was, I even left my job, left all my friends, almost left everything behind to go move out of state with someone. And within a couple months after living there, they cheated on me with some other people. And I'm like, really? But that was my MO, give up myself for others, Yeah. Well, I'm not, I have grown since then myself. I was no angel. I was the other side. It's not an enabler. I'm an overgiver, recovering overgiver in codependent relationships. So I had my part in it all as well. So what about love for you right now? Your fortune cookie is self-care. Yeah, focus on self-love. That's the biggest thing we can do for love anyway, is the more we raise our self-love and our self-worth, because we can't give more love than we have for ourselves, nor receive more love than we have for ourselves. So if I love myself this much, no matter how much love I want to flood out, it's going to just drip, drip. No matter how much someone wants to give me love, it's just going to trickle in. But the more I raise this love vibration, expand that, the more my ability to give and receive love to the humans in the world also is there. So it says your affirmation is, I love taking the time to understand my needs. The angels want you to remember that although dedication and hard work are crucial, you also need to pace yourself. Otherwise, you could stretch yourself too thin and burn out. That would be bad for your pursuit. Yes. So it's realizing more and more about yourself, realizing everything in the outside world is a reflection, because we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. So what we see in other people, everything is a mirror. So we can look at that. A great tool for anyone that wants to use it. I always talk about Byron Katie. It's BYRON KATIE. She has a website. Well, she has a YouTube channel by her name, and then a website called thework.com. It's THEWORK.com. She offers a free Judge Your Neighbor worksheet, all the process. It's all a reflection process to understand why people irritate us so much. So it's a wonderful transformational tool. So I encourage everyone to to check that out if that resonates, because if you want freedom, it's a great great way to look at all that. Oh, I love that. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that it was helpful, and many blessings to you. Thank you again for all of your love and support, and for your donation via the CashApp. And good to see you tonight. All righty. So thank you so much. And the great questions. I feel like all of our questions help all of us. So thank you guys for all your questions, because I know I learn a lot through things too. All right. So good night. Time for a nap. All right. So Sean G, we're circling it back around for your other two. Let me just grab your timestamp here. All right. Oops, let me jump over here. Simmer down. There it goes. Mouse gone wild. All right. Let me see here. Okay. So your questions are over here, at least for your next one here. So what's the energy between B and you? You are friends. Let's take a look here. What's the energy between the two of you? All right. So kind of like, what is their energy towards you? You probably know more about your energy towards them, but we'll still, I feel like this is what they want you to know about the energy that goes on between the two of you, and then these other cards are their perception of the energy between the two of you. Do you have the strength card on the bottom? Leo energy. So there is this draw, this fiery, I don't know if they're a fire sign too, if they have a lot of fire in their chart. I just feel like you guys are drawn together with your fire, with your passion for life, and the energy. Well, that makes sense. The energy that you're asking about, the energy between you, is fiery, and I feel like you ignite one another either in doing things. I feel like whatever you guys do, you do it big. Like if you have a disagreement, it's but you also get over it fast. When you guys do stuff that you love together, it's like, right, yes, it's like extremes in a way, if that makes sense. Let's see what else they have here. You got temperance. So here's that patience and tempering energy too. But I don't feel like you guys balance one another. I feel like you guys more encourage one another. It's like in the alchemy of them going back and forth, the magic. I just feel like you guys add spice to the, it's like they're showing me like a cocktail, but like normally people would drink the cocktail, but for you guys, you set it on fire. It's like, ooh, it's like the flaming drinks. That's the kind of energy I feel. It's like, no, it's not temperance. Why are you giving me temperance? Or like, because they're setting it on fire. So it starts off as a regular card, but then there's fire to it, which is funny. We have the Three of Pearls, the Three of Cups. That is joy, celebration. It is part of a circle. So you guys you have a deeper connection in this human lifetime. You guys are part of a soul connection group. So you guys have a lot of lifetimes together. Sometimes you're their spirit guide, sometimes they're your spirit guide. So there is a kind of a familiarity I feel like you guys would probably feel here if you really sat with it. If you don't recognize it, sit with it, and you'll feel it below, which I kind of feel like you already know that. Yeah, the Ace of Spears, Ace of Swords, definitely clarity, learning a lot. I feel like you've learned a lot together or will learn and or will learn a lot together with this Ace of Swords. Different perspectives, different viewpoints. And in a little bit of a way, I'm hearing devil's advocate that sometimes you guys do irritate each other because you just want to like give like the well, but what if blah blah blah? And you're like, come on, and it's like, well, just giving you a different point of view. It's not that that's my point of view, just giving you a different point of view. And you're like, can't you just support me? It's like, yes, I do support you, but I want to support you in being a devil's advocate too. Fine. And I like that. That's funny. So I feel like that's kind of the joint energy. Let's see what their perception is. Underlying energy. Yeah, they do have the Chariot, Cancer sign energy. I do feel like there's this nurturing energy that's below the surface that comes in here. I want to say that you remind them of some good qualities of their mom. I'll clarify that. Yeah, look, the devil's advocate. Capricorn energy, again, that makes sense with this devil's advocate. They feel like they learn a lot through your friendship. I feel like you guys, if you haven't known each other, I feel like you guys have known each other for a while because I feel like you've learned a lot together and because of each other, and you will continue to do so as well. Yeah, the Five of Treasure, the Five of Pentacles. Let me see this other energy too. The King of Spears, King of Swords. Again, here's that learning energy and the Seven of Spears, the Seven of Swords. I just feel like these three cards wanted to kind of come out as a story together, which from their point of view, it does feel like you've really helped each other face some of the lies you had about self-worth in each other. And I feel like there is that kind of, even got the moon energy on the bottom, this Cancer, moon mother nurturing energy of, it's like a bit of, I don't want to say bittersweet, but it's like a mom. I won't say mom because I know that brings up different energy for you, where you're like, but it's a nurturing energy. We'll call it a nurturing energy where I support you, and you know that, and this is their perception, right? That we help each other look past and face our feelings of inadequacy and of our self-worth. But I also will call you on your BS too. And I feel like that's kind of the energy they pick up from you. And that's what we do. We support one another, but we also make sure there's clarity in how we're seeing ourselves. Like, no, I'm not going to let you beat up on yourself, but I'm also not going to let you boast about yourself unnecessarily or untruly, right? It's like we're going to keep you grounded and anchored, if that makes sense. Very interesting interactions. Let's see what your fortune cookie comes in here from the Angel Wisdom Oracle. We are to give you a moonology, right? Yeah. So let's take a look here. Okay. Yeah, I like it. Self-worth, as I was saying. So that's a big piece of your guys's for each other. Things happen when they are supposed to. In the angel's eyes, you are worthy of all the good that you can possibly imagine. You do not need to change to earn what you desire or what the universe wants to bring you. You are worthy of overcoming your challenges and improving your life in whatever way you wish. I feel like that's the kind of energy that you guys support each other in learning that for each of yourselves. So I like that. All right. So that was for that one. And then we have another one. Oh, wrong mouse. Let me go back to this one over here. Oh, you'll post it in chat. All right. What time was that? It was 6:19. So Sean, let's scroll up here. Okay, maybe I didn't go back further enough. Okay. There it is. So you still think about S a lot. Is that like, oh no, or does he think about you also? Will you meet again, or is it just wishful thinking? All right. Let's take a look here. So does he think about you also? Okay, thank you. Just one card for that. All right. And then will you meet again? Is there a chance? Let's say based on current energies, will you meet again? And outside of current energies, are there any timelines where you guys could meet again if this one is a no, or even if that? All right. Is this what we want? And what else do you need to know about this connection? Why do you still think about them a lot? I am digging in. I want to know. Okay. All right. So first, does he think about you also? The High Priestess. It's kind of your energy. This is a yes. I feel like they have dreams about you, and they still think about you, especially when they're in periods of I want to say it's not just aloneness; it's more than that. Especially in times of deep reflection and deep quietness, it comes to them. I like this new moon energy too. Like they're thinking of you right now, like around this period of time too. Will you meet again based on current energies? You have the Nine of Spears, you have the Nine of Swords, which that would be a no energy based on current energy. But is there a chance here? You do have the Justice card. There is a chance of meeting each other in the future with a change of clarity. And I like that the Nine of Swords has to do with fears or expectations. And if you change this and balance the scales, taking things off of the lower vibrational thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and expectations, put things on the higher, then there is this ability, but it is about the change of expectations that comes in. And that makes sense, because if I'm focusing on what I wish would have been and could have been, then I'm off in the future and I'm not in the, with everything we talk about, right? It always comes back to I'm either pulled into the past or pulled into the future. And if I'm not in the now, then I'm pushing things away from me, right? If I'm in the now and I'm in an attitude of gratitude about, when I think about them, if I'm thinking about the loss of them and that the emptiness and the lack of them in my life, I get more lack. But if I'm like, what I really loved about them is this and that, and I love that interaction and this and da 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 da, all the things I love and focus on. If that is meant for me, it's like I usually say it, I probably mentioned it before, it's like casting a spell upon myself, not upon someone going, I want them to be this for me. It's like I'm going to put out and have gratitude for all the people I've loved and things that I've really enjoyed and with people. And I'm like, Creator, I'd love to have a partner with someone. And I ask once, and that's it. The rest of it's gratitude about all the things you love in people, both romantically and non-romantically. Love is love is love is love. It'll bring you a partner that has that. A lot of that stuff. That's what we draw towards us. That's what I feel like this Justice card is. Because a big piece of this, the underlying energy on the bottom, is the Ace of Treasure, the Ace of Pentacles, which is about a sense of my self-worth and looking at what I'm kind of going back to what we said a little earlier in one of EA's readings. It's about the search of understanding my worth and understanding my self-love, my self-worth, that all is a reflection of, me, and like, what did I love about someone? I loved how I felt when I was with them, but those feelings are inside of me. And I don't necessarily need to be with a particular person to feel that way again about someone else. But the more I align my self-love and my self-worth and raise my love vibration, the more I draw on things that match that, right? Let's see here. What is this about? Why do you still think about them a lot? You have the Six of Spears, the Six of Swords. There is this change of thinking, this movement, transformation. I like this mental movement that was here. The Hermit energy, Virgo energy, self-care energy. This feeling that I feel like you guys had of, you felt differently with them than you had felt with anyone before. And this is where this was a great reflection of your self-worth, because I feel like you could just be yourself with each other. You weren't trying to be something you weren't, but you also learned from each other with that Six of Swords. The Knight of Spears, yeah, a lot of learning, a lot of growth, a lot of communication. I feel like the way you guys talked with each other was very, you just haven't met anyone like that before since then, where you could just talk for hours and hours and hours about everything. And that you guys had such a wonderful sense of yourself and life. And the Queen of Treasure, there was this sensuality, there was this birthingness, this nurturing, Mother Nature, Mother nurturing energy. It just felt, it did feel like how we were talking about. It just feels like you had this wonderful sense of having someone that you could both feel like you could, this is how I would treat myself. Sometimes I talk about, we deserve to be with someone like ourselves, someone that gives like we do, loves like we do, and things like we do in a lot of ways. And I feel like you guys had that strong connection in that. And I feel like that's why you were like, this is like, felt like a once in a lifetime type of experience with them. And I do feel like if we change our energy up, that you can draw in someone similar, because as we see ourselves differently, we also see the world differently, right? But hopefully that helps. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here. All right, there we go. Boom, boom, boom. Obstacles. Yeah. What are the obstacles? Let's see here. Obstacles are not now falling away easily. So that's that change of mindset, right? The angels remind you that you are a highly capable person, and there's nothing that you can't overcome and achieve when you set your mind to it. The obstacles you have faced are lessons which have taught you about your own strength and resilience. I love that for you. All right. So that's what they have for you, Shanji. Thank you again for all of your donations. I greatly appreciate it. All right. Thank you guys for all your patience in getting to your readings as well. All right. So June, you are up. You are at 149 even. Oops, let me see here. Oh, that's it. All right. Boom. All right. So June, let's give you a love and a like there. Thank you so much for your donation. And let's see, you are down here. There we are. So prediction in the BZT room. This is fun. All right. All right. So to put things into perspective, in May, Spirit dubbed K as the pressure cooker, K going to the mat with S. Sipping of some of that delicious tea brew, you also predicted a countdown was soon coming as a result of K's choices. The family was till today this week. S moved into the guest bedroom. Dun, dun, dun. So, BC, please spill all the tea in the tea shop. Any truth to S sleeping in separate bedrooms, and outcome also a read on S and K for this week and weekend. All right. Let us find out what is happening here. Do, do, do. Like those old soap operas, right? Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so let us know, is there any truth to us sleeping in separate bedrooms? First. Okay, and if so, what are the outcomes of said sleepiness? All right, and also a read on S and K for this week. So this upcoming week. What about this weekend specifically? Oh, they want this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. All right. Okay. All right. So, June, hello. I love you guys too. All right. Any truth in the sleepiness in alternate bedrooms? We have the 10 of Wands, big, powerful energy, and the Wheel of Fortune, tens. 10 and 10, which is an ending and beginning energy. So I would say that this would be a yes, that this energy of, this card of 10 of Wands of a lot of energy, like we talk about. And even though the Wheel of Fortune, bam, whoops, up here, bam, it feels like here is this giant wheel churning things, right? So it does feel like there is truth to that. What's the outcome of the moving into the guest bedroom? We have the 7 of Treasure, 7 of Pentacles, a change of fruit. Let's see what these other ones are here. We have the 7 of Pearls, 7 of Cups, all these sevens here, July, and the Page of Pearls, the Page of Cups too. That is coming in. Reminds me, because this past weekend Kay was acting all crummy, like things were better with them now versus back in May. Well, there is this Justice card underneath the surface here, under the bottom energy, which is about balancing of scales, but chummy. I said crummy. Because which means that someone was starting to see things differently from a different perspective. And we'll find out here more about all of this energy here. But the 7 of Treasure, the 7 of Pentacles, is an energy of once the fruit starts to grow and you eventually realize this isn't the fruit I've wanted, right? And the 7 of Cups is a lot of different energy. The Page of Pearls, the Page of Cups, is also an energy of I want more, I want a greater love, and so they moved into, because they're like, this isn't what I want. It's not that I found someone else and I want to be with someone else. It's like, this isn't what I want, and I need this. It feels like there's this, I need my alone time to figure out what I want. And so this chumminess, of course, does feel like it's like I used to work in the auto insurance industry for a long years. So when they use all of my experiences, right? And they're showing like a every 6 month or an annual renewal, right, on insurance. And so it's like, we're under the renewal. Am I going to renew this relationship or not? And so I'm on good behavior because I know that my neck is on the line. And so I'm acting all chummy because things are being tabulated, the scales. I'm determining what I want to do. You act like a jerk. Well, that's that's taking something off of one scale. So I feel like they're on their best behavior in a way, because they're realizing, wow, because I feel like it wasn't an explosive reactive decision. It was like I need this for me, and I need to figure out what's going on, and da 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 kind of energy, because it's like they're just like speaking from a place of calmness, which freaks out Kay, right? It's like, why aren't you arguing with me? And it's because they're being real, and they're having like real conversations, which is making a difference in um, how they're interacting. I wouldn't say how they're getting along, but how they're interacting. There's less, it feels like less reactive choices, at least on S's part. And even on K's, because when you escalate, that's when things get big. But if someone escalates and someone doesn't, this person, it's like if you've ever watched the Pink Panther series a long time ago with Inspector Clouseau, and he dressed up as they're showing me in my head, dressed it up as a pirate. He had a wooden peg leg, and he had this blow up parrot on his shoulder that the little thing that blew him up was under his arm. So when that parrot started to go beep, you go beep. That's what they're showing, is that the when they don't invest in that, then it starts to deflate a bit. But it is a big piece of this is about them realizing this isn't healthy. This isn't what we both wanted. I need to have time. I need my space to be able to think about what I want, and you can think about what you want. And that's why I feel they're kind of out. Let's see what this weekend brings here. We got the Magician energy here. Let's see what else we got here. We've also got the Three of Spears, the Three of Swords. Interesting. Five of Treasure, Five of Pentacles, and the 10 of Treasure, the 10 of Pentacles. So it does feel here there's a lot of this intention with the Magician card. And it's interesting with all of this, because the Five of Pentacles is a kind of an energy of, I need to figure out what I want in life and what's my worth, and my fear of lack, of not having enough, not being enough. The Magician card being a major arcana, starting off here is, I have everything I need within inside of me. I just need to decide for me. It's like the Three of Swords is expectations equal disappointment and my fears. I don't feel like these have the impact like they did before, because I had fears of not having enough, but the Magician on one side and the 10 of Pentacles on the other, the bookends, it just feels like this is more from S's standpoint, but I feel like it's something they're both thinking about, is what do I want? What does abundance look like for me? Because it's not about things and stuff anymore. Going back to the Seven of Pentacles, it's like, what do I want out of life? And I feel like there's a big reflection that's going on here with them this weekend about what is it that I do want and don't want. And it's just a lot of realization. Big reflection energy. Of course, we've got this new moon in Leo that's just helping with all of this. What is my joy? Am I living my joy? What are we wanting? So I feel like that's the weekend, is really this reflection on, what do I have? What do I want? If I was going to leave, what would I take with me? That kind of thing as well with that. Next week, we've got here the Five of Pearls, the Five of Cups, with the Six of Treasure, the Six of Pentacles, and the Page of Treasure, the Page of Pentacles. So there is this energy again, it just feels like there's this emotional transformation, this emotional movement energy that's from the from what I feel like with all both of the weekend and the week, this energy of abundance doesn't have to do with money and things and where I live and all that. There's more to this. And I feel like that's the energy is figuring out what they're wanting and uh, what all that means. What's the next steps? I don't know. What do both of us want? But I feel like S isn't, S used to have what I want was dependent upon what they wanted, right? And that's kind of where they grew up. What I wanted depended on what everyone else wanted. That's why they ended up in a relationship that reflected how they grew up and all that too. But now they've had this inner growth where they're really looking at things about what, um, you know, what would bring me meaning in life and what more is there? What do I feel is missing? And what does that look like? Kind of energy. So big reflection energy that's coming in here, right? Yeah, right. So will be the outcome of us in the guest room. Well, I feel like right now the outcome is not determined with what we're talking about here. I feel like um, that's it's like a compromise for Kay because it's like, well, I can either go stay in the guest room and we can try to figure out what we're going to do going forward, or I can just leave. And they're like, so what do you want in the guest room? I feel like this is a time where it was like standing up in a way, if this is what I want, this is where I want to, go with that. So I don't feel like the outcome is that they're getting space, and it brought an exclamation point to things can't stay this way. Things have to change. So I kind of feel like that's more of where we're headed with it all. Yeah. So I do feel like here it's interesting that they're, looking at this is a compromise for me to stay here in the home, um, is for me to do this instead. So interesting. Let's see what the Moonology brings in here too. You get a Moonology message oracle. Let's see what else Spirit wants us to know about the situation here. All right, if I guess this one. Wow. Look at the void moon. Do nothing. Here's that energy. Let's see what it has here. As a very powerful being, you know that you're creating your reality with your thoughts and actions every day. Even so, drawing this card suggests that you need to do nothing for now. Isn't that crazy? Not right now. This is the do nothing. This is answering that question along with everything else. It's like, it's let me move into the guest room and figure out what I want to do. But right now, it's figuring out what I want to do, but do nothing. This is that void energy. It's a time to tread water, so to speak. Allow at least 24 hours to pass before you take any further action. I feel like it's going to be a little longer than that. This isn't the time to set intentions, make wishes, or try to influence anyone. Now's the time to just be. Meditate, do yoga, take a walk in nature. There's a good chance that whatever you're worried about isn't going to manifest. It is said that whatever begins under the void of course moon bears no fruit. There's that no fruit, that's not bringing me the fruit that I thought it was supposed to. So drawing this card suggests any anxiety you have is unwarranted, will only cause you more issues. However, if you're really hoping for something to happen, there's also a good chance it's not going to, at least not yet. You need to be patient. This isn't a negative card per se, but it does suggest no change is coming as yet. There we go. Additional meanings of the card: worrying achieves nothing. There is nothing to worry about. The time for action is past. Allow events to unfold in their own time. Nothing will come of this situation. I feel like that, like right now, this is this reinforcing this. They're like in this void, the in between, which, if you know about moons, the void in course moon is when a moon changes signs, because the moon changes signs every 2-3 days, zodiac signs. But there's void of course is when it's changing from one sign to another, but it has no aspects to any planets. There's like this period of time where the moon is in their own energy till it changes to the next sign. It's not impacted by anything else. So I do feel like it's this pocketed away. It's like this guest room is like a void they can go into, a place they can feel safe and call their own when they close the door, and they can just be and try to figure out what's going on. And I feel like that's where they're at in that in-between period right now. So hopefully that makes sense. But I don't feel like they're going to need to go anywhere yet. I feel like they're just trying to figure it all out. And the moving into the guest room is like an exclamation point that's really bringing a lot of energy to Kay's. It's like a wake up, like a bucket of cold water being thrown on you. It's bringing your like clarity, and it's allowing them both to try to figure out what's best for each of them. So yeah. Well, we'll see what happens, right? All right. So that's what they have for you, June. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Thank you for your donation. I really appreciate that. Many blessings to you. All right. Let me hear. See where we're at and let everyone know where we're at on the donations. Oops, that's not what I wanted to put down there. There we go. So up next we have Deb, and then Alice, and then CJ, and then Sonali Thakur, and then Anna Eva. You'll be up after that. So that's where we're at on the list. And let me scroll up here. All right. So Deb, you're at 20803. Whoa, let's grab the right one here. There we go. All right. So let's give that a love and a like there, Deb. And you wanted a moon oracle. Love a moon oracle. Yes, for this new moon. Let's see what we got here. So Moonology Messages Oracle. Yes, absolutely. Because these are kind of short. I was just thinking, it's like, is that all you want? It's just one? No other questions? So, all right. So here's your two girls. Boom, boom. And then yours. There's yours. All right. So for yours, you got the go for it. Reach for the moon. Beautiful energy. So let's see here. Yours says, if you are hoping that the cards would confirm that you can get what you want, you're in luck. This card comes with the message, go for it. In other words, it's all there for you to win. If you've been doubting yourself or question your ability to achieve a goal or to make something work, this card reminds you that you're magical and amazing, and you should rise to the challenge. You always get some, I mean, not always, but you get these a lot, right? Like, go for it. You got it. You got everything. I love that support. It says, go forward with the positive expectation that everything can work out exactly as you'd like it to. The road ahead might stretch you a little, and you may have to call on resources that you didn't know you had. So try not to become upset or even resentful if things don't just unfold exactly in the way you want. There's a reason why it's all developing the way it is. And part of that reason could well be because it's helping you grow as a person, possibly on a spiritual level. But one thing is certain, do definitely go for it. Additional meanings for this card: don't give up, aim even higher, success is within your grasp, challenges can be character building, belief makes the seemingly impossible possible. And people will tell you that the sky's the limit, but moon lovers know it's easy to aim even higher. Go for it. They do love reminding you. All right, so that is yours. And then for your two children, the oldest would get to be first. I know, being the baby, it's okay. We understand. The oldest they went first before us and had to face everything as the first child. So they also get the first card. It's okay. So for number one, number one child, we got Moon Magic, Transformation. Look at that. So let's see here. Moon Magic. There it is. So transformation. So as we move through life, we can aim high or low. For example, when it comes to your current situation, you can hope for small changes, or you can aim for massive transformation that takes everyone involved to the next level. There is magic afoot now, even if you can't yet feel it. You have the power to transform your life. Believe that whatever you're going through right now is what you have to experience to get where you want to go. A romantic situation can get better than ever when you draw this card, but do allow the universe to show you who the romance will be with. Could be with your current partner or someone else, but transformation is possible. If you're asking about abundance, know that transformation is possible in this regard too. Either way, you have to believe in your powers and your ability to shape your life. Once you do that, align with the moon cycles. Set intentions at new moon, happy new moon today, and do release work at full moons and watch your life transform. Additional meanings for this card: you can do this, dig deeper. You're learning about your powers, believe, you've got the power, and this is a soul test. About the symbol, the moon has a magical quality about her. The fact that you're reading this suggests you're ready to tap into that. Go out into the moonlight and make some beautiful magic. Better yet, do it with like-minded souls, like your mother and sister. All right. And then for the youngster, theirs is Moon Dance Celebration. Let's see what this is about here. Moon, oops. I went flying by it here. There it is. So this card brings good news. You will soon have good reason to celebrate. Expect good things and positive developments. Think about all the good in your life at this very moment. What do you have to be grateful for? Be grateful for it now. Do a little dance of gratitude. Stay focused on solutions, not problems. Open your heart and be as happy as you can with the way things are now. Being upbeat about the good things in your life is hugely important when it comes to creating the life you want. It's as though better things come to people who are already buzzing. The essential message of this card is you'll get what you want once you love what you have. You'll get what you want once you love what you have. Feeling grateful is the key. If you're going through a situation so tough that it's hard to be grateful, dig deeper for something you're happy about. Good times are ahead. You have to believe it. And this card is a sign urging you to be more optimistic. You have every reason for optimism. Additional meaning for the card is there's good news coming. Be sociable, praise your life, take up dancing, say yes to a party, especially a party celebrating the moon with your sister and mom. About this symbol, sometimes you need to celebrate before you really have something to celebrate. Make life a celebration and not just on special occasions. Yeah, that attitude of gratitude, whatever we focus on grows. So if I focus on lack and want and need and fears, of course, we grow that and attract that. But we focus on what we're grateful for, what we have and what we have had. That's have energy, and that brings in more things to celebrate. So I love that. She needs to hear this, in my opinion. Yeah. We can always hear wonderful, wonderful celebration, not celebration, but uplifting energies, right? So I love that for you. And then I'm going to give you Angel Wisdom Oracle, since those were really your readings. I'll give you one of these too. Let's see, I want this one here. So your Angel Wisdom card is let go. I let go of things that I've outgrown. The angels suggest that you let go of any dead weight in your life, whether that's a toxic relationship, a job that's no longer fulfilling, or simply some negative thinking patterns. This will make space for positive new things to come into your life. It's a great message for all of us. So I love that. So many blessings to Deb. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And of course, much love to your daughters if they're listening to this. Hey. All right. So, Alice, you're up next. Let's grab your timestamp here. So, Alice, thank you so much for your donation, your little halo emoji. I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. You want to know RJ's recent thoughts? Oh, did I put your timestamp down here? I did not. Sorry, Alice. I went ahead and was running ahead. There we go. All right. Now let's pull your card here. All right. So RJ's recent thoughts and feelings about you. All right, let's see what their recent thoughts. Look at their feelings. Okay, or feeling. There's one card. And does he plan to take you out on a date this weekend? All right. Based on his current energies. RJ, are you going to take her on a date or what? All right, let's see what that says. All right. So, current thoughts or recent thoughts. We got the 9 of Pearls and the Hierophant. So, thinking here, the 9 of Pearls, the 9 of Cups is like, what is my emotional dream come true? And the Hierophant is an energy a bit of like looking at things from a higher perspective, gaining truth, trying to seek clarity from it's like they're being drawn about what is my dream? What is my life kind of energy? And where do you fit into that? And so there's some thinking around life and the energy of all the astrology is encouraging us to self-reflect, retrogrades and all this stuff that's inner reflection, right? So I do feel like that's a lot of what's going on in their head, is thinking about the big plan and what's going on. Their feelings, they got the 7 of Coral, the 7 of Wands. So there is an energy a bit of here about being true to their authentic self and not needing to defend themselves, not dimming their light, but shining bright. And it's interesting here with this energy. It feels like it's not so much outwardly focused right now. It's more focused on me. and who I want to be and what do I want and where does everything fit in. But it's like they're taking everything of the outside world, including you, and then looking at, um, does this fit in with what I want? And what do I want? That's the whole thing is, does this fit into what I want? I don't know. First of all, I have to figure out what I do want. And takes us back to this little kind of in this loop that they're going through this cycle. So really questioning a lot of what's going on in their life. Let's take a look. And that makes sense too. The bottom of the deck, the Magician card, a lot of this trying to realize what do I want to focus my attention on in my life kind of energy. So there's a very much this, I need to start out at square one and see what's going on before I know what the other squares to fill in the other squares, right? So it's like a crossword puzzle is what they're showing me. I need to get the first word so that I can find out what the others are, because without the first one, it makes the other ones harder. So I'm in square one trying to figure out things, if that makes sense. Does he plan to take you out on a date this weekend? We have the Knight of Wands. Yes, it does appear to be. Knight of Wands is movement of passion, action energy. So with that Magician on the bottom, there is action. They are wanting, they're wanting action. Whoa! But they're wanting to take action towards you. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, we have the Ace of Spears. I feel like you will get communication from him here with that Ace of Swords. That is the suit of communication. Yeah, the Page of Treasure, Page of Pentacles. So an opportunity in the outside world. So that does confirm that. We do have the Nine of Spears along with the Queen of Cups. So something to be aware of here. With everything that's going on with them, the little advice Spirit is giving is the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Spears is like my fears of not meeting up to expectations, right? And they're going to look to the Queen of Cups because they don't want to let down the Queen of Emotions, which in their mind is you. And so they don't want to let you down. And that's why they're kind of tentative. The Seven of Wands energy is like, I don't want to have to dim my light and whatever. And I feel like if I'm going to, it's like a lion that feels like they're going to be put into a cage. It's like someone trying to train a lion to be who they want them to be through praise, which is giving them meat, or punishment, whipping them like that chair in the whip, like they do in the circuses, right? Those mean people trying to train through praise and punishment those animals, and they don't want to be trained like an animal. And so this advice that they're giving is focus on what you're grateful for about what they're doing, not where they're not doing what they're doing. Like they're not contacting you enough, not taking you places you think you should go, not doing the things you think they should do. If you focus on those expectations, that's what sucks the life out of it, right? But if you focus on what you love about what they're doing, like if they contact you, like, I'm so grateful, so great to hear from you, not it's about time you contacted me, that's not gonna, that'll send them any other direction. But if you're like, oh, wow, what a great surprise. I love hearing from you. You're just, it just makes my day. And so we're focused on what we love and what we're grateful for. If they take you to a restaurant, you're like, oh, this is a new place. I've never been here before. Well, what's the good food here? Instead of going, oh, you're taking me there. Can we go somewhere else? Again, it's not that you would do that, but this is just they will take things that direction. So I feel like now is a good time just to be grateful for what the things that you truly enjoy. Don't be grateful for things that you're not. Don't make stuff up, because that we all see that when other people do that, right? We're like, you're blowing smoke. You don't mean that. But when they sincerely mean it, it's obvious. The energy follows it. So I like that. So hopefully that makes sense, Alice. That's what they have here. Let's get you your fortune cookie here too. And this is the Moonology messages. Let's see. Take a look here and see what we got here. All right. Yeah, the falling moon, release blocks. It's a beautiful card. Whoosh, the moon is falling. Let's see what this brings in here. Falling, 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 falling. The falling moon. All right. So it says something about your situation is blocked. There could be some repressed emotions swirling around your current situation that need to be released. Anger, in particular, could be blocking you now. This is a problem because emotions are like the water as you ride along the river of life. Block your emotions, and it's as though the river has dried up, so you can no longer cruise or drift or even lurch forward. We'd all like a straight answer to our questions. All right. But sometimes that answer is inside you, and you need to release all the rubbish that is blocking that answer from surfacing. This card reminds you to practice self-care and to process your emotions. It's a myth that being strong and silent is healthy. It's healthier to allow yourself to express your emotions. And that may be exactly what you need to do as a response to your current situation. If you believe that insecurity on your part is currently holding you back from success, this card is a reminder that only you can work on yourself. Additional meanings for the card: be honest about your feelings, take anger management lessons, breath work will help you now, ask someone older than you for advice, and you may have lost your way and need to recalibrate. About the symbol here, excuse me, the image of the moon falling is a scary one in some ways because without the moon, the earth spins out of orbit. Similarly, without processing our feelings, we can also spin off our path. This card relates to the moon in fall in Scorpio. So, however, that relates to you, right? That's what they have for you, Alice. So, I like it. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Right, and CJ, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. All right, there we go. So let's give that a love and a like there. And I think you had something up above, right? I think, maybe you'd like it. You asked for a general up there. Let me just make sure you didn't ask a more specific question, just in case. Nope. All right. So a general reading. Let's see what Spirit has for you here, CJ. All right. So we have those, and that one. All right. Bottom of the deck, you have the Two of Coral, the Two of Wands. So Two of Wands energy. This is an energy of making plans, figuring out what you want to do, and then putting the energy behind those plans and just head toward them. You don't have to figure out everything, because the Three of Wands, they're showing me in my head, comes after that, is with you just need to step forward. And as you're stepping forward, you can alter your course. You're not stuck in one direction. Head off here and you can go this way and you can go this way and whatever, but it's about moving forward is important with whatever this is. Let's see what else we've got. You got the Page of Wands. Yep. Action, taking action, moving forward. You've got the Six of Wands, victory and flowing, moving forward energy. And the Eight of Pearls, the Eight of Cups. Part of this is about leaving behind a relationship that doesn't resonate anymore with your life. Your energy doesn't match up, and it's okay to leave this relationship behind, whether it's a family member, a friend, lover, or whoever it might be. You know that it's time. Whoever this is, it's not a surprise. It's just a nudge here to go. It's time to make a plan and just start taking steps forward. There's no easy way to do it besides just start walking in a different direction. And that's okay. It's not like you have to unless you're living with someone, that might be different. But I feel like this is more of you just stop investing energy toward them, and then it just drifts away because you're the one that's maintaining and keeping the relationship going. So I feel like that's what's kind of happening here. Yeah, the 10 of coral, all this wands energy, my goodness. 10 of wands, ending, new beginning energy, time to evaluate where you've been investing all of your energy. Yeah, the hermit, time to head off for some alone time. And the 6 of pearls, the 6 of cups. Is this energy, I don't know, this is childlike energy. It's time to let your inner child out to play. Why are you being so serious energy? It's like all this trying to do everything else. It's like, no, spend some time doing things that you love to do, even if you have to do them by yourself. The 6 of cups energy is do it with, like, this is you and your inner child, going out to do things together. And, whether it's, I'm going to go to a movie that I want to go to, I want to go do what I want to do, and I'm going to get food that I want, and I'm just going to spend time with me doing what I want. I like this energy. It's like play dates with your inner child. And you have the 4 of coral. Oh my gosh. 4 of wands, this joy, following your joy, the stable energy. I mean, how many wands cards did you get? You got 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, 4, 5. 5 out of 8 were all wands, all passion, all energy and action energy. But there very much is this energy of choosing for you and stepping away and investing energy in relationships that just feel like you're pouring this energy into a black hole. It's time to spend that on you. So I like that. So that is what they have for you. Let's grab your Moonology oracle here. Let's see what else they have here for you too. For your fortune cookie. Oh, there it is. Wow. Take a risk, take a leap, right? You got the moonflower. Perfect energy. Let's see what this is here. It's right here. There it is. Do you have the courage to spin the wheel of life and see what comes up? Playing it safe will not serve your current situation. No one is saying you should take a massive risk and gamble everything away, but nor should you refuse to make your move. Here's that action energy, right? It could be time for you to adopt a more positive mental attitude and see your glass as half full. A regular gratitude practice will help. For example, every Friday night or Thursday night, try doing your practice with friends or family for a few weeks. Adventure is calling you somehow, and this card has come up because your higher self wants you to look further into it. As Marianne Williamson famously wrote, quote, "Your playing small does not serve the world." It's time for you to take a risk and show the world who you really are and how you really feel. If your self-esteem is hampering you, this card is a sign to work on it for real. The wheel is still spinning when you get this card. Take a chance. Additional meanings for this card: take the trip. Be optimistic. Love yourself more. Life is short. Make the most of it. Believe in yourself. And the seeds of a moonflower are hallucinogenic. These flowers bloom in the evening and have an enticing fragrance. This card is leading towards adventures. Yep. With your inner child. Time for play dates with your inner child. I love that. So that's what they have for you, CJ. So many blessings to you. And Sunali Thakur, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. Whoops. Oh, don't do that. Okay. There we go. Maybe that'll work. See, I got all into my rhythm and I forgot I have to hit a different button on this keyboard. There we go. Maybe that's a sign, Sonali. I don't know. But thank you for your donation and your emoji with only eyes and no expression. All right. So thank you for your donation. You want to know uh, S's current feelings towards you, no contact. All right. Is that why there's no uh, mouth? Because there's no contact? All right. Let's take a look here. Right. So current feelings, all those? No, those are not those. Let's shuffle that again. All right. So what are S's current feelings towards you? Okay. Got those and this one here. Okay. Well, the bottom of the deck, we do have the 9 of spears, the 9 of swords. It's a card of nightmare and insomnia, but it's a card of a lot of expectations, a lot of fear of disappointing, and having been disappointed or feeling like they were a disappointment. So there's a lot of this energy in their mind, and this can have nothing to do with anything you communicated because they already had all that before they even met you growing up. A long list of expectations of who they're supposed to be, what the world is supposed to be, relationships are supposed to be, everything. There's rules and everything around all that, right? So they had that way before they even met you, and their mind would have been searching for indications that they were not matching expectations or feeling, or and it could be you and other people, but there's a lot of this fear that's just consuming them, right? So that's this underlying energy. Their feelings towards you with all of this, yeah, they got the devil card. This actually was amongst those cards that came flying out, so that showed itself here. The devil card is Capricorn, Saturn energy, a lot of reflection of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, all these rules and expectations they had growing up. So that energy is reinforced and was meant to come out right now, that they are really looking at a lot of long held beliefs that they've had growing up, like I was talking about, that questioning, what do I believe? And so they're in this pocket of trying to figure that out. So let's see if they'll tell us more about feelings. We have the Knight of Quarrel, Knight of Wands. So there was energetic and physical attraction that was there, is there. Um, but their mind is overriding a lot of that, trying to figure out, because their fears kick in when their mind is questioning everything. And so there was, or is, this physical energetic attraction towards you. That's not emotions, it's motion energy, that's there. Let's see what else we have here. 8 of treasure, 8 of pentacles with the 3 of swords, expectations. Here's another one of the 9 of spears and the 3 of spears, both of those energies, along with like the 10 of swords. 10 of swords is more letting all the expectations go, but the 9 and the 3 are about the obstacles that come up with thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that around fears. And this 8 of pentacles with that 3 of swords really shows that there's these blocks that they had in allowing themselves to feel, because they did fear, I'm going to have to put in all of this effort. That's what this 8 of pentacles is, put in the blood, the sweat, the tears to get the fruit. But there's fear that it wouldn't be enough, either for you or for them or for other parties involved. And that's where this pulling back energy comes from, right? We do have the Queen of Coral. Again, it's all about attraction and energetic and physical attraction with them. Emotional energy is vacant here, meaning that they might not have been taught how to express emotion, more express passion and share how they feel, not feel, but how they're, well, I guess that's a good way to say it, is instead of expressing how I feel through emotion, I've been taught to express myself through action and passion, but not share my heart kind of energy. Could be the environment they grew up with, but with all this Knight of Coral and Queen of Coral and all this mental energy, it's like there's a lot of, they're caught up in a lot of that energy. So I don't feel like there's like, they're not madly in love. I feel like they aren't allowed to share their emotions here. They're more focused on trying to live up to expectations so that they don't disappoint people. And that's like their greatest fear, is being a disappointment. So that's kind of energy is focused right now. So interesting, right? Let's see what else comes in here through the Moonology message oracle here for you regarding S in your life here. Take a breath, Moonstruck. There's a great movie with Cher in it called Moonstruck, isn't there? I don't know if you haven't seen it, you might check it out. I know there's one where I think there's some person that's in love with her and she doesn't feel the same way, I think is the one. And she smacks him. She goes, snap out of it. And he doesn't. So she smacks him again. Snap out of it. It's a good movie from what I remember. It's a long time ago. Says the word moonstruck sounds dreamy and gorgeous, but in fact it means someone who's gone a little crazy. Drawing this card means that you may be becoming obsessive or just going too far with regards to whatever situation it is you're asking about. It's like someone who says they're madly in love. Madly? Question mark. Is that really a good idea? This card comes with a message to get your feet back on the ground. If you've been a little bit hysterical or histrionic, it's time to pare that back as well. Take a couple of deep breaths. Try to get your situation into perspective. There's nothing to be gained by allowing yourself to be completely and utterly overwhelmed by your emotions. Think of the cycles of the moon. The moon takes a full fortnight to move from new to full. She grows a little in size every day as she swells to her beautiful full self. So, when you draw this card, you too need to allow things to progress at a more appropriate pace. Additional meanings for this card: slow down. Being manic won't help. Breathe. Drop the drama. Give a situation time to unfold. Moonstruck often refers to falling so crazily in love that you just can't think straight. It sounds lovely in practice and looks great in the movies, but is a little bit harder to handle in real life. So if you're moonstruck, maybe it's time to take a deep breath, get grounded, and realize I don't need to be this crazy about this person. Maybe, just say. All right, so that's what they have for you, Sonali. So many blessings to you. All right, and Anna Eva, you are up now. Let me grab your timestamp here. Right, let's give your donation a love and a like there. Thank you again for that. And you want to know here, pull cards. If you reconcile with the man from your past this fall. All right, let's take a look here and see what we have here. And Shanji, I do see your additional donation via CashApp. Circle back around for that. Thank you. All right, Anna, let's take a look here now, Anna. And sorry if I called you Anna. I did put it as Anna over here too. I know someone named Anna. I think that's why my mind just typed it out there. So sorry. So Anne, let's take a look here. Will you reconcile with the man from your past? Let's ask that just, will you, based on current energies, do you have reconciliation in your future at any time? We'll ask that first, and then we'll specifically ask the fall as well. So Yes, 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 or no. And then, uh, is there reconciliation in the fall? What else do they want you to know here? I feel like they want to give you that too. All right. So do we have the Four of Pearls, the Four of Cups. Four of Cups energy. This is an emotional stability energy, uh, which is like it's like you reach a certain point and you kind of become bored emotionally, like stagnant, where it's ready for a change of emotion. So it doesn't feel like, in the bottom of the deck too, we have the Two of Spears, Two of Swords, which is about a choice point in that, which the combination of those two says it's not impossible, but things have to change. We can't go back and do things the way we have always done it and expect a different result. So there can't be reconciliation unless there's a change of mindset. It's like because the Two of Spears is like a battle between the head and the heart. The heart wants one thing and the mind has all these expectations of things are supposed to be this way, this way, this way. In order for this to change, it's letting go of expectations of who they're supposed to be, who they're supposed to be in the relationship, how the relationship is supposed to progress, who I'm supposed to be in the relationship, what the relationship is supposed to bring me. There's all these rules. It's what sucks the life out of things. But when we instead begin to focus on what I loved about who someone was and is, then that brings in a different type of energy. When we focus on expectations, we end up focusing on what something or someone is not being, and whatever our energy focuses on is what we get more of, right? So if I focus on not who they're not being, I get more not being, right? But if I focus on gratitude for who someone is and who I am, then I get more of that, right? So it's a different energy that changes things. So it's important to know that. So if I can begin to focus on what did I love about them? And can you imagine a relationship where if you did share that with someone every day, just something that you sincerely love about them, and specifically, like, you know what I love about you, honey? And they're like, what? And you're like, you never give up on your friends. Really? And you're like, yeah, when like Joe and he tried pushing you away and um because they wanted to be alone and they were going through some stuff, you wouldn't let them. And I feel like you saved their life. I feel like if you did that, that they would have ended their life. But you being there and not allowing them, I feel like you saved their life. And I love that about you. If they heard stuff like that every day and they learned to do that for you too, what kind of relationships would we have, right? We'd be like, oh my God. Because when we focus on who someone's not being, either voicing it or not, our energy shares that and we all pick it up. And so I feel like that's an important thing. In order for reconciliation to happen, there needs to be a change of focus, right? For the fall specifically, with this information, is there, um, don't feel like the fall, based on current energy anyway, we got temperance. Sorry, my arm's in front of the microphone. Temperance is about something slowly unfolding, and the Six of Cups is about someone returning from the past. So that does tell us it is possible, but things do have to change. Temperance is alchemy. Magic needs to be added for something to change, for something to be different. Underlying energies under that, we do have the Five of Treasure, which is the Five of Pentacles, with the Seven of Pearls, the Seven of Cups, and the Magician. Yeah, the Magician energy is about being aware of what we're focusing on. Um, Emotionally, am I focusing on the higher vibration or I'm focusing on the lower, right? By focusing on the pain, what happened, what didn't happen, how you made me feel instead of how you made me feel, which no one can make us feel anyway. They can just make it easier or harder for us to choose our emotions, but we're the ones that choose how we feel. No one makes me feel anyway. People do things or don't do things, say things or don't say things, but I'm the one that chooses how I feel about it. Now, granted, we've been brainwashed with a lot of supposed to be, I'm supposed to feel this way when people do this or don't do that or say this or don't say that. But really, that's just an opinion. I get to choose it. So if I took on an old opinion that when people do that, I'm supposed to, and I do that, then that's why people aren't around, right? Same thing when we do something and people are like, that's why we're not around them, because we're like, I don't want to be around that. But when we choose differently, then we can have that. Same thing with the Five of Pentacles. When I focus in on lack, focus in on what something is not being, I get more of that. Like want and need is lack energy. If I focus on I want them, I need to be with them, then that's a feeling of lack because I don't need it unless I feel I'm missing it. And if I'm focusing on missing it, guess what I get? More missing it. But if I focus on, instead of writing everything that I love down about them and have gratitude for it, then if it is meant to be, it'll draw them in more easily instead of repelling them away, right? But it's a change of energy that needs to be done there. Let's see what your Moonology card says here. Hey, sorry that I put your name as Anna, if you didn't hear me say that. All right, and then your fortune cookie here, you have releasing. You've got the moon set. So there is a releasing energy. Let's see what this brings in here. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Looking up releasing when it's moon set. Sorry. Here we go. Maybe that's a message. I'm looking at the wrong one. It's time to let go. Whatever you're asking about, offer it up to the divine, Release it. Although you're constantly creating your own reality, there is something about your current situation that suggests what done is done. You've played your part. Release. When you release an issue to the universe or the divine, you allow space for whatever it is for your own highest good to take its course. As much as you might think you know exactly what you want, drawing this card suggests you need to allow the universe to show you your next best step. Make the word acceptance your key word for the moment. Dance with what is. Trust that the universe has an amazing plan for you, because it does. Sometimes we need to accept the situations. Sometimes we need to accept that situations have evolved, even if we're not quite ready for them to do so. And when this card comes up, there is a sense that the emotional seasons are changing, so move on. Sometimes you just have to let go and let God or let Goddess. This means for the card, clinging on now won't help you. Trust your higher self is taking care. The Goddess is by your side. Tomorrow is another day. And declutter. Just as moonrise is all about when the moon appears above the horizon, moonset is about when the moon disappears below the horizon, concluding her appearance in our skies for another day. So there's a little bit of letting go and releasing. And that's kind of that energy. If you focus on what did I love about my relationship with them and anyone else, and it doesn't even have to be lovers or romantic. It can be what have I loved about people and my interactions with them, and think about all those and have gratitude, and then hand over it all to the creator. Like it says, let go to the creatress, the God, Goddess, whatever you believe in. And that allows saying, I know you're going to bring me the perfect person in the perfect way, in the perfect timing. In the meantime, we can focus on raising our own love vibration, because that allows us to draw on things that match higher love instead of doing what we always did and getting what we've always gotten, right? So hopefully that helps a little bit there. And that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Again, thank you for your donation. All right. All right. You're very welcome and good to see you. All right. And then we are back around for Sean G. Let's post all of your timestamps here. Phone's end. You want to know what's the energy between K and U? All right, let's take a look here. See what, all right. Zoom, zoom. Cards that's flying around. Forgot that you guys can see a little more here. I should probably put them down. You can see them a little better. I'll work on that for next time. Let's see. Will it lead to anything? Okay. And then your perception is that he puts in minimal effort, minimum. So you followed suit, but I did really want to get to know him. Oh, okay. And they thought you were putting in minimal effort, and so they followed suit as well. Isn't that funny? Well, we'll see here what Spirit says. They might be like, yeah, let them go. All right, let's see what we got here. All right. So, first of all, what's the energy between K and U? Yeah, you got the Chariot card. Power of choice, power of movement. Let's see here. You got the Hierophant. Again, seeing things from a higher perspective, teaching. And the Four of Coral, the Four of Wands. Joy and celebration and gathering energy here. There is a bit of change energy with the Hierophant being the major arcana number 5. It does feel like there is a more learning opportunity energy, the power of choice energy. Even the bottom of the deck, you have the Seven of Swords, Seven of Spears, which is an energy of becoming aware of my own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that cheat me out of opportunities and allows me to face those thoughts and those beliefs that come in with that. Let's see what will it lead to anything based on current energy. I feel like I want to ask, if you put in effort, would it lead to anything, right? Because you have the Seven of Coral, the Seven of Wands, being true to your authentic self, standing up, being bright. Eight of Spears, Eight of Swords. Once you're aware, like with that Seven of Swords, of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, things can come forward here, but I feel like there is an energy here, definitely about you being true to your authentic self. We pulled extra cards for the minimum, getting to know them energy. Knight of Coral. It is an energy of passion, energetic attraction, action energy. And the World card is a victory, an ending of an old cycle, the beginning of a new adventure. What else came in here? The Five of Spears with the High Priestess, yeah. The Five of Spears, the Five of Swords is the conflict between head and heart, and the High Priestess is the hidden and the unknown that gets revealed through all of this. It just feels here, all of this energy is things could, let me rephrase that, because it's not just things, it's about if you put action, if you choose, like with this Chariot card, to put action and put energy toward it, they would also do the same. And you would learn a lot about your own self and what you do want and don't want. And it feels like it would be a lot of learning, which, of course, like a stepping stone energy. This isn't your husband. This isn't who you're going to end up with or a partner for the rest of your life. This is a stepping stone that helps you learn about yourself so that you don't bring in certain things into the long-term relationship that comes in with all of that. So something to be aware of with all of that. I don't feel like it would go somewhere like longish term even. I feel like it's a few months, 3 to 6 months, if that, before you're like, all right, I think I learned enough from this. I'm ready to skip on to something new, something different. I've learned what I've needed to learn. And I don't feel like it's faded where it has to be either. You'll learn it, one way or another, but I feel like you'll learn a lot, even just questioning, what do I feel like I would have gleaned from that relationship with them, right? Let's see what your angel wisdom card comes in here too. Yeah. Focus, which says, I can choose what I want to focus on. Boom. The power of choice, right? Says, as you work on your goals, recognize you need to take a step back and really focus on what you are trying to accomplish. Whether you're starting a new goal or already in the midst of it, the angels are urging you to have good organization and lots of preparation in place. So they're kind of going, yeah, you could pursue them if you want, but maybe there's other things to focus on. Maybe. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for all your multiple donations. All righty. And then June, thank you for your additional donation there. Let's grab your timestamp here. Good follow-up coming in. All right. Whoops. I guess I should put it over here, not over there. All right. And of course, you're typing your question there. For everyone else, I've hit the 3-hour mark, so I won't be getting to any free readings this evening. Friday nights have been, I don't want to guarantee them, but Friday nights have been a little lighter, and I've gotten to free readings on Friday nights. But if you're trying to get a free reading, I'm on for 3 hours, and if I don't get to any during the session, I don't follow up like I used to, except on Sundays. Sundays, I do whatever I don't complete in the morning, I do come back in the afternoon and finish out all readings, including free readings. So if you're like, well, I don't want to keep trying every night, maybe check out Friday nights. Saturday nights, I don't tend to get to a lot of free readings during those, but you can always try. I always encourage you to keep trying. But Sunday for sure, if you don't want to try any other night, for sure Sunday mornings, as long as you put your question in. I'm on 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., but I do put out the announcement usually an hour before. A little tidbit is once I create it, the chat is active immediately. You can put your question in anywhere between when I put out the post and the announcing it and 2 p.m. out. So if you put your question in, I will get to that during that time. So apologies for not getting to any free readings this evening. Thank you for all the donations, and I greatly appreciate all of your patience in getting to the readings here. So follow up below. Did update here. Let's make sure. No, not yet. So this will be my last reading for this session. And thank you guys again. I appreciate all the thumbs up, all the support. Greatly appreciate it. I am so grateful to be able to bring messages from Spirit and for you trusting me in bringing those for you. All right, let me take a sip here in preparation for the tea that's about to unfold here. I think I can sense it. Okay, reflecting on what S last told you. Makes less sense. Okay, good. When will S reach back out? Okay. All right, so back up to you guys. Let's take a look here. All right, thank you. Have they told their mom yet about the choice to sleep in separate rooms? Yes, they have. We got the Empress card came through, and let's see what else. Interesting. So Yeah, because when we go, have they told mom? The card came flying out. Mother, mother nature, mother nurture, nurturing, nurturing, nurturing. So I do definitely feel like they have. We'll find out what mom's response is here. I imagine that's what you're going to ask probably next, maybe. But that's cards came out for that already, so we'll see. Well, let's just see what mom had to say. What's the Ten of Cups? That's joy. More so, I want you to be happy. Energy from mom. I want you to do whatever makes you happy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And so there, that's funny. It says you're typing. I'm telling you that, right? But this is this. I want you to be happy. Do what you need to do to be happy. That encouragement. Yeah, the tower. Do what you need to do. If you need to leave, leave. If you need to get the hell out of Dodge, you can get the hell out of Dodge. But do what you need to do. Take your actions. Yeah, Ace of Pearls, Ace of Cups. Again, all this very supportive energy from mom. Do what, makes, this is seeking your love. Nurture yourself. Follow your heart. Be, even the 10 and the ace, um, oh no, is it breaking up? No, 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 no. Does it sound any better? Can you hear me? Hopefully it's not the Mercury retrograde. Is it still clear? You can hear me better now? Is that a yes? Okay. So hopefully you heard all that mom is all about the happiness, wanting her with the tower card even, do what you need to do to be happy, do what you need to do, go where you need to go. The 10 of pearls to the ace of pearls, endings and beginnings. It's very supportive of living the life that you need to live and nurture yourself energy all over the place with mom. So I like that. And then, when will S reach back out? We've got here the 5 of pearls and the devil card for that. It's funny with the 5 of pearls, the 5 of cups, when I'm feeling down again, when I'm feeling sorrow, I reach out. The devil card is Capricorn, Saturn energy, but I feel like what is that about? Let me sit with that energy for a moment, but because they want me to focus on the sorrow. When when I get down enough is when I reach out normally. But the devil card, now they're bringing that in. It's like, but this is more when I'm ready to take action, and because Capricorn energy is about planning and doing the work and releasing old ways of thinking and moving forward energy, which it feels like they know, like when I get low enough that you are who I call in order to get uh, balanced energy, not that you don't give, emotional support, but when I need to see things from a clearer perspective. That's what I'm trying to say here with this energy. So I like that. They have the 6 of treasure too on the bottom, the 6 of pentacles, this equal giving and receiving energy, and the 3 of pearls on the bottom. They're 3 of cups. You are their people. They consider you their tribe. So they know that they always have you, um, and that you will, you know, uh, be there for them, whenever that's needed. That's there. But it feels here like a time frame. Going back to the previous reading is what they're reminding me of, which is it's the void right now. It's pause. It's the in between period right now, and that's the main important. They're like decisions are not. There's so many different pathways. This void is like the pause, the the um, in between breaths. An inhale and exhale, but there's the pause in between, and decisions aren't being made yet, and things have been changing and evolving, and all of this too. I know that we've been through a lot of different energies around them, evolving energies, which is what this year's astrological energy is really a lot about, right? Um, and I do feel here we got the Page of Pentacles underneath too, which they want to mention is when there's a ready for a change in the outer world is when they'll reach out next with the next change that they're looking at doing and contemplating. I feel like they will want to use you guys as a sounding board with all of that. So very interesting. um, it'll be this weekend. This weekend feels so much like a self-reflective energy. I don't feel like this weekend. Yeah, we've got the Knight of Pearls, the Knight of Cups. Um, it's more emotional movement, not swords and communication. So it does feel like they're more on their quest for their self-love. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here with the angel wisdom. Anything else around reaching out or communication or okay, thank you. Yeah. So it's a self-nurture, self-love energy, kind of what they're focusing on this weekend. Yeah. What is this? Oh my God, it is the last week of July. What the hell? Yeah. So that feels about what it will be. It says, I am worthy of love. Focus your attention on loving and believing in yourself. You're being encouraged by the angels to make your relationship with yourself your number one priority. So rather than dwell upon your shortcomings, you must accept and embrace who you are. Wow, this is a beautiful energy. I just feel like they are in the self-love, self-focus type of energy. Therapy, whatever they've been doing has really been helping a lot, right? I feel like right now that's all that it is. I feel like with this void energy, I feel like everything is kind of just pausing. Everybody's waiting to see what it's like. And if they showing me like a bunch of people graduating and all these people throwing their their caps, it's caps and gowns, they're throwing their caps in the air. Everyone's waiting for stuff to come down and then see what happens. So I feel like there's a lot of pausing, a lot of people in this. All right, what is going to happen? Almost like when a little child who's walking falls down, everybody's waiting to see, are they going to laugh? Are they going to cry? What do we need to do based on what happens next? So it's like everyone's waiting for S for their reaction to find out what their response will be. But I feel like everyone's offering love, energy, and support because S is like, wait a minute, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. And everyone's like creating this space for their evolution, for them to be a grown up, a little grown up. It's time for them to stand on their own. Wow, what a great example of a child walking. It's time for them to stand on their own. Yeah, we're going to make sure they don't fall and crack their head on the side of the, you know, coffee table, but they're like everyone's giving them a chance to like waddle and walk on their own. And that's the kind of energy that I'm picking up from mom and everyone really. It feels like everyone's giving them space to be and to decide what they want next. And it's a very grown up, mature energy that I'm picking up. Interesting. But I do feel like August is a big energy. Um, September. Oh, yeah. Because as we move through August, isn't it like September 20th? That's when we go into the fall equinox, right? Because it feels like August into September is a big energy. Leo moving into Virgo. It does feel like Libra, because Libra season, that's the relationship balancing energy of September 20th. I feel like that date, I'm being urged to that a lot, being drawn to that period of time as we move into the fall autumn equinox, that's when things start falling away more and more, stronger energy. And then as we move to, oh, devil card energy, right? December 20th ish is winter solstice, at least in the northern hemisphere. I feel like it's seasonal energies are playing a lot of part in the cycles of what's happening. So there could be significant endings that happen winter season, but things really start to fall away. But this has been this spring new birth moving into growth, and that's been internal growth, and we've been doing this right. Oh, yeah. I don't feel like that'll matter. Right now, they're trying to figure out what they want. This is a big life decision, of course. But I feel like they're like, thank you. That's good for me to consider energy if you let them know. I don't feel like it's going to make them make their decision any sooner. I feel like it would make it an easier decision knowing that there's a safety net underneath the decision. But I feel like they're wanting to again kind of walk on their own energy is kind of what I'm picking up with all that. So that is what I feel is happening right now. I know a lot of transformation, a lot of change that's going on, for sure. So, hey, Sudesh. Oh, you caught me as I'm just leaving. If you'd like, I can do one before I go, Sudeshna, but I've reached my 3 hour mark, so I'm going to kind of cut off. So I can do one more for you. I mean, one for you. But the rest, if you want to do any for tomorrow, you can always, i- yeah, sure. And if you want more, like if you want me to, um, for tomorrow, if you want me to do them at the beginning or whatever, you could always do like we've done before. We can do super thanks and send me an email because I know you're on the other side of the planet and you're like, I'm just waking up. Good morning, everybody. And I'm like, I'm going to bed. Good night, everybody. Well, I'm not going to bed yet, but but we will. Yeah, we'll definitely do one here. Let me just throw that in here. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate all of you on the other side of the planet who I'm not on, for all of those. You're welcome, June. Thank you again. Love you. All right. So, Sudeshna, let's grab your timestamp here. Excuse me. Throw that down here. All right. Let's give that a love and a like. And you'd like the next 72 hours. All right. Let's see what is happening here. All right. What else? Oop, those two. All right. Let's see what we have here. Well, a lot of queen energy. Let's see. All these made themselves known here. All right. Excuse me. So at the bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of Pearls, the Queen of Cups energy. So the next 72 hours, it makes sense with the new moon and Leo energy that we're having. There is this expansiveness and this, you're feeling emotion very expanded, very deep coming in here with that. The cards that made itself known, you have the Queen of Wands as well. So with both the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands, the combo of that energy is huge amounts of, your planets must be in alignment where you're getting messages, emotional messages, synchronicities from spirit. There's a lot of spiritual connection from your ancestors and your spirit guides and people on the other side. I feel like you're in a very big emotional space right now because you have both the 8 and the 10 of pearls that are coming in, which is a lot of flowing emotional energy with both of those that are coming in here. And you've got the Lover's card, which is about emotional choice too. And so I feel like a big piece, and you have the 7 of Treasure, 7 of Pentacles, which is one of the slow moving. Last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So I don't feel like this is about, you're having a relationship, meeting a relationship, anything along those lines. That is on slow-mo with that 7 of Pentacles. But these next 72 hours are about a focus on emotional choice. You're flooded with and feeling so much. I feel like you're learning a lot over these 72 hours. If I focus on higher vibration of gratitude, unconditional love, and joy and laughter and play and peace energy, that all that just it expands it and you feel like this wonderful, joyous feeling. But if you focus on sorrow, anger, lower vibrational emotions that are rooted in fear, then you're going to get to experience that. There's neither's right, neither's wrong. When it comes to power of choice, spirit doesn't judge because they don't have the right and wrong mentality on the other side. We don't. That's something we uniquely experience here on planet Earth. The judgment of something's worse or better, right or wrong, blah, blah, blah. It's all the contrast, right? But from spirit standpoint, there's just different emotional choices with different experiences and different outcomes. Not right or wrong, better or worse, just different. And so if you find yourself focusing on a lower vibration and you're like, oh, this is ugly, I hate this. It's like eating like you get a bag of chips and you eat it and you're like, what kind of chips are these? These are horrible. And you keep eating them. It's like, well, if you want to, you can do it, but you can go, you know what? I don't want those. I'm trading those in for these other something that I like better. And we can do that. I feel like over the next 72 hours, that's a lot of what this energy is. Let's see what these other two are here too. You got the 6 of Coral, the 6 of Wands. It's a good flowing victory type of energy. And the Judgment card, which is about like a change of how you see things, being called into a direction that feels more in alignment with what you want and who you are. And that 6 of Wands is an energy of being supported by spirit. And I feel like over the next 72 hours, you can kind of reflect on what is it that I want in life? Where is it that I want to head? How is it that I want to live my life? And with all this energy, of course, your heart is showing you a lot of what it wants to experience in life, where it wants to go, what it wants to do, versus the mind. So it's a very emotional based 72 hours where the heart is like turned up its volume going, I want you to hear me. over the mind. And so it is very much coming through big, with new moon energy. That makes sense too. Also, let's pull a Humanology card, Oracle, because those are what we get with today's fortune cookie for the first one. Let's see what we have here. All right. Accept help. You've got the yin moon, which is the mother energy, the divine feminine energy. So beautiful. Let's see here what the yin moon brings in here. Have you been trying to do everything yourself? This isn't the answer to your current dilemma. You need to take a softer, possibly more collaborative approach. Maybe you've been too rough on yourself or on someone else. This card comes up when the energies are harsh. Being independent is a great thing, but sometimes we just refuse other people's help for all the wrong reasons. Make sure you're not guilty of this right now. There is a sense that you need to accept someone else's help in order to get your job done or to get where you want to go. Maybe you just need to ask someone for their advice. Find someone who you know will have a gentle response. In the yin and yang paradigm, yin is very soft like the moon. This isn't the time to push forward unrelentingly, but rather to see how you can soften into a solution. If you've been trying to drive something on or convince someone of something, take this card as a side to proceed more gently. Additional meanings for this card: someone wants to help you. You catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. Don't be stubborn. Your ego may be in your way, or bring out your softer side. Says the famous yin-yang symbol describes how seemingly opposite forces may actually work together. It represents the interconnectedness of life everywhere. Beautiful. I love that for you. So that is your card for this evening. You're very welcome, Sudeshna. So that is what they have. Hopefully that brings a little guidance for your next 72 hours. And I'm so grateful for your donation. Thank you again for your donation and understanding that brudda-zen needs to go rest now. But like I said, if you want to send me any for tomorrow, if they're all on your mind now, then I'll do those first in tomorrow's session. So thank you guys again so much. I wasn't able to get to any free readings in this session. My biggest apologies. Again, if you want to try again, I'm on Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights from 6 to 9 p.m. Mountain Time, and on Saturday and Sundays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mountain Time. And on Sundays, whatever I don't get to in that session, I come back into a makeup session in the afternoon to complete all readings, including all free readings as well. So if you want to not try the rest of the other sessions, for sure try Sunday. We'll make sure you get a message from Spirit then. All right, everybody. Remember, as you're going through your adventures, that every second of every day of your life, that you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things, Creator, and of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. Remember, have some fun. Because why are we being so serious, right? Right. I love you guys. We'll see you soon.